Alright, we're good.
Be like,
Bussin' with the boys, hanging with the fellas, betting on a game. No woman's gonna tell us what to do, and I've been over here just drinking beer and making that noise. Baby, I'm hanging with the fellas, bussin' with the boys.
Bro.
We recording?
Knock it out of the park.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Bussin' with the Boys. This is episode 282. We have a couple of special guests sitting in the back there, a couple of special boys. We got Jordan Ruse in the back, also Brad Labrat from Missouri. But before we get into those tough, durable, reliable individuals, we are going to talk about the Chevy Silverado. Bussin' with the Boys is presented by Chevy. This is a Chevy truck podcast, the greatest truck ever built, and our good friends at Chevrolet have been a big part of the Bussin' family and even our personal lives. Chevy Silverado, longtime awesome partner of the show, a truck with commanding and unstoppable grit, legendary capability, and dependability too. So find out for yourself like so many of our boys. Head over to Chevy.com, check out Chevy trucks, grit, and build your own Silverado. For do-it-yourself projects to road trips, off-road adventures to tailgates, whatever your thing is, it all starts with a Chevy truck, dude.
Well done. Hey, massive guest. We do have one of the biggest audiences tuning in. You got the Swiftie audience.
Swiftie audience.
You got Chiefs Kingdom.
Chiefs
who,
Kingdom.
You know, there's been some bad
You
rapport
and
between.
them.
Yes. Yeah, myself. They're probably like, why am I watching this Bozo's podcast
Yeah.
just to listen to Travis Kelce? But if you're new to the pod, the boys, Bussin' with the Boys, we bring the locker room to life. We have an incredible guest with Travis Kelce on. Good old-fashioned vibes. Like, he obviously has his massive New Heights podcast, but sitting on the bus, chopping it up, I feel like you get different angles of him versus like, you know, it's just him and his bro. He's sitting with the boys. We're the ones asking questions.
Our guys like tiramisu, dude. There's just a bunch of layers of Travis Kelce.
Yeah.
And his brand has obviously gotten through the roof based on his podcast, the relationship that he has, him winning all of the Super Bowls in recent years. He's absolutely killing it. But the one thing you love about Travis Kelce, and I'll tell a fun little story, dude. 2016, we played them in Kansas City. Don't even know Travis. Start jogging off the field and I hear, Taylor. I look behind and it's Travis. And this is when Travis is becoming Travis. And he like dapped me up. He's like, hey, man, much respect, much love. Let's hang out sometime. I'm thinking, yo, all right, dude. And from that day to this day, he's still the same cat.
Dude, he's
Just loves being around the boys, loves chopping it up with the fellas, having a little locker room talk. And it gives you warm and fuzzies inside. See a dude have that much success.
Yeah.
And then still come down grounded and hanging out.
he's all about the camaraderie.
He's all about that.
Hey, and you guys can be about the camaraderie too.
Bye.
Subscribing to the podcast.
Oh.
Consider subscribing to the boys. If you want to be for the boys, subscribe to the podcast. Make sure to leave comments throughout the episode. But yeah, this is an all-time episode. We're going to be first shooting what the boys like to do, a little intro to where we kind of have our own little conversation. So if you're here for the Travis Kelce episode, the boy Mitch will have the chapters in there on YouTube. You can fast forward if you want to, but you're probably missing out on some great banter from the boys and getting to know our guys in the back.
Because right now, if you're tuning into this on Tuesday,
Yeah.
Will Compton, Taylor Lewan,
Flip that hat
Brad,
around.
and Jordan Ruse are shit-faced drunk right now, probably throwing up in a trash can. Things are rough because Beer Games Championship of the World is taking place at my residence as we are currently speaking.
The national anthem is currently...
If it's
being
11:05
performed.
Central Time,
Yeah.
you know the national anthem's going off right now.
Do we know what we're doing for the national anthem yet?
I don't think we do. I don't think we do. I thought Jason
We'll
Fitz was
figure
going
it
to do
out.
the fiddle.
I'm going to have to shoot him that text. Be like, hey, are you in Nashville?
We got to get somebody.
Yeah.
Oh, we could probably find. It's Nashville. We could find anybody to do that. Yes,
We can find
absolutely.
somebody. Maybe those Vandio linemen.
What about your boy?
Brad?
No, your boy from the softball game.
Which one?
The kid that did the national anthem.
Oh, Breland.
Yeah, your boy.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Maybe
You come
we
in there,
get
kind of snap that
Breland.
thing up, no problem,
yeah.
huh?
Have a little fun.
Yeah.
Have a little zesty national anthem going
Nice
on.
little extra sweet national
Yeah.
anthem. That'd be nice to have the boy there. But yeah, dude, it's been a war. It's been a war for Beer Games Championship of the World. There's been a lot of fight back and forth. But in the words of Will Compton, you can't kill what's already dead.
yeah.
We're gonna do this shit no matter what. Whether at the end of the day, if it was just you and me getting blackout together,
We
were gonna do it.
Yeah. We know
Nothing was
Jordan
taking
would
us
be
down.
there no matter what.
no doubt. The kid's a ride or die type of cat.
Yeah, he is. How's you were in Canada over the weekend? How's the vibes been in Canada? Obviously the most dangerous place in the world.
No question. I got this new little sleep thing, this little sleep monitor that I sleep with every night to kind of track my sleep. And I've noticed that my resting heart rate is about 20 beats per second faster when I'm in Canada because I'm just
Yeah,
I'm in fight or flight at all times when I'm
you're
in
on
that.
alert, you're on
Whether
alert.
it's not a bear or a cougar, it's getting stabbed by a heroin addict. So life is a little bit different up there. But no, we had a lot of fun, dude. It was a refreshing little time.
Yeah.
I actually
Man,
got to
the
relax for a second.
The
It was
lake
cool.
vibe you guys are on out there is
Okanagan,
second to
dude.
none.
Home of the Ogopogo. I've told you about that, yeah?
Yeah.
That scary little creature that lives out there. And we did like a little sauna session where it's like a floating little deal. And you're in the sauna, and then when you're ready, you pop out and you dive into the lake and kind of swim around because the lake still got some chill to it. But when your feet's not touching the bottom and it is dark. Come on, JP.
I did see that story post. You can't tread water?
I can tread water, but I can tread water about as well as a man from Arizona. Like there's only man-made lakes out there.
Yeah.
And so the idea of I just don't have a lot of practice.
Yeah. And JP, we know he's like, what you were all state, right, in high school? Yeah. Like he's a dolphin.
My boy's a fish.
Yeah.
You're a swordfish out there. You move quick. But yeah, I treading water for me is a bit of a difficult process.
You're a big boy.
Big guy.
Big boy.
Yeah. Big thickums.
Hey,
Sink to the bottom like
dude,
a rock.
I was noticing. Can you see the white hairs?
Yes.
Have you noticed them already?
Yeah, but I think it's awesome. Yes. Dude.
I've got several coming in.
And can I tell you something? That's fucking cool. Like you're turning in to a silver fox. I know you want to be a wolf, but that boy's a silver fox, dude. Because I'm begging for these little boys right here to go gray. I want to start in the burns and go up and get the sides. I think that is such a distinguished look.
Yeah.
And I saw you about last week, and I did notice. At first, I thought they were just like super blonde hairs, but then in the shade, moving that neck around a little bit, I thought to myself, "My God, that boy really got some grays in there."
Charles started to notice, and she's like, "You think it's stress?" And I'm like, "I don't know. I think I get an extra hair every day that goes by where I don't get a nut."
Yeah,
we had a good laugh.
Yeah. I saw your little Hawk 2 tweet.
Bro, that Hawk Tuah. Hey,
bro, she's taking over.
Bro. All the memes and videos, like the creativity of the internet. This is peak internet. When something like that happens and the entire world comes together. And
this is something we've never seen before.
Memes. Yeah,
I don't think because I went on my Twitter feed just to scroll for a second, and it was literally every other tweet had to do with Hawk 2, something going on. And the last I heard is no one knew where she was. Like no one could find her, which I thought was dope.
Yeah.
Brad and I were having that conversation. Apparently she's got merch out now and all that.
She lives in Nashville.
Well, yeah, the video was
she
taken
lives
in Nashville.
She's a Nashville girl, apparently.
Hey, we got to get her on the bus.
Gotta get her on the bus. Hawk 2, come here, girl.
Hey, you just got to think too, the next guy that gets that Hawk 2 from her is probably just thinking like, yo, I wonder what this is going to be.
Yeah. But that kind of sucks for her.
Yeah.
Because now legit,
the bar is insanely
there's a
high.
lot of ladies out there that claim to be the throat goat.
Yeah.
But there's not a lot of people that look at someone and say they are the throat goat. And you got to look at Hawk 2 girl and think she's probably the best to ever do it.
Yeah.
She's the Michael Jordan of.
Yeah. A lot of expectation on her.
Yeah. There was actually, someone did a funny ass little reel on that.
Imagine her dad. Oh.
Her dad's watching that video like, God damn. Gotta give him that Hawk 2. And she had other ones too. She beat the cobwebs on that thing, and she said, best way to get over one is get under one.
Just all the one-liners to where if you're
low key,
you're the old man at home. Just
it's kind of she's so funny about it. Hopefully the dad's that dad's
yeah.
so
Hopefully
sad.
the dad's lighthearted.
Hopefully dad's like that's a funny joke, but I'm thinking, man, if my daughter said that. Hey, grab a mic.
Hey,
Brad,
Brad.
Grab a mic, Brad.
Brad is new to the bus. You have to grab a mic if you're going to talk. You can't just be back there yelling funny stuff.
Oh, my bad.
Go ahead. Say your joke again.
Yeah, go ahead, Brad. Now that you got the mic.
Which one am I saying?
The dad, you said she probably has no father in her life.
Yeah, I was just saying I wouldn't worry about the dad seeing it because he's probably not around. That's a girl with daddy issues if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, okay, Brad.
That dad is long gone.
God, I love you so much.
That
dude.
is maybe the best.
I'm glad that our entire audience gets to experience what we get to experience.
Yeah. You can tell he's just regretting everything he just said.
Yeah, the
he's
anxiety
hurting on the inside right now.
The anxiety setting in on him.
He's like, God damn, should I have said that?
Yeah.
What if she hears this for real? Yeah, I knew. I saw the video was on Broadway, but I literally assumed because the video was on Broadway, she was a tourist.
Yeah, same.
She lives here. She's probably an East.
Jack,
she's probably
Jack,
neighbors
you
with
know her?
Jack probably does know her.
Why Jack already?
That's not an East girl. Not even close to an East girl.
Was she? What is
That's
she?
like a
12 Souther?
Dixon County girl.
Who?
Exactly. That's a country girl. There ain't no country girls in East.
That's a Zach Patton type. Zach Patton
That's
type.
deep lore for the Bussin fans.
Yeah.
But yeah, apparently I heard that rumor. I can't confirm it or not, but I have heard that yes, it was on Broadway, but she actually lives in Nashville. So if anyone can point us in that direction and she can get on the bus once this has already been played out and it's 2 weeks from now and we can get her on when all the memes are no longer funny, it'd be perfect for us.
Yeah, we should set up a little like wanted poster for her. And
Come
whoever
to
brings
Beer
it to us.
Olympics. Come to
If
Beer
you know her
Olympics.
at
Beer
go
Olympics
ahead,
is happening
DM
right
it
now
to
as you're
Jack.
watching
No,
this.
get her there right now. Right now.
I don't
Find
want
her.
Hawk to a girl in my house with my wife there. It's just not a good look.
You know what? I'll take this one.
Glad you're having fun, Brad.
Yeah,
it is just a
having-
podcast. Nobody's gonna see this.
No one sees
Nobody
this.
watches
No one
this.
listens, really. Anyway,
What else do we got?
we got Game Time app. I know that.
Oh, the best place to get your tickets.
Yeah, unfortunately, we don't sell tickets to Beer Games Championship of the World.
That's
but-
all right. Did you know that you can get any? It's baseball season heavy.
Yeah, big
You
time.
can get any baseball ticket for the cheapest prices. You should not have to worry when you buy your tickets to your next big event. Game Time is the fastest and easiest way to buy tickets to all sports, music, comedy, and theater events near you. They got flash deals for sudden discounts, zone deals for when you're feeling flexible, and their lowest price guarantee, which means that if you can find the same seats for less anywhere else, Game Time will credit you not only 100% of your ticket, but 110%. You will make money if you find a lower price. Game Time is the best place for last minute seats with up to 60% off of your favorite events. What are you waiting for? I'm about to buy some tickets to a concert anytime soon. Sometime soon.
My man just loves music. My man just loves music. Next concert
I
that
love
comes on
music.
sale. That's where you're going.
We got who? Zach Bryan. He's coming to town, right?
He's
Is
coming-
that this
Post
weekend?
Malone. Post
Saturday.
Malone's coming in July.
Buying tickets, Game Time, using Game
Yeah.
Time.
By the way, if anybody has a play for Post Malone to come on the bus, that'd be outstanding.
Yeah, I know.
You'd
would be
want that.
Sick. I think we know a few people. We can try. We can maybe.
I know one guy.
Yeah. We know a couple.
We actually do know a couple.
Really 3 I'm thinking of right now.
I got 2 in my head. Who's your third?
I don't know, but let's take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code BUSSIN for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Download the Game Time app today. Last minute tickets, lowest prices guaranteed. I'm thinking
Uh-oh.
Earn,
Yeah.
Jelly, Shane.
Oh, yeah. I didn't think about Shane.
Yeah. Maybe
Shane.
we just use that lifeline up with Shane.
No.
Just be, hey,
I think you go Ernest first, then Jelly, then Shane last.
Yeah.
Go Shane last
Yeah, yeah,
because
yeah.
you just getting in Shane's pocket's never what you want to be.
But then we're at the spot to where it's like, hey, you're our last and final attempt. He knows he's got us.
Which makes it worse.
For us.
Yeah. Oh, so you're saying go to him first.
Yeah.
Good point. All good thoughts. All good thoughts. Let's talk about beer games because that's really what's happening right now, which will not be out until what? July 22nd, 3rd, 4th time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
end of July.
So you're going to see a whole bunch of social content that Jack McPherson's going to be posting. You're going to be like, oh my God, what a great time. I wish I was invited.
When is
I
this
can't
coming
wait to
out?
watch it. I'm telling you now. So if you didn't watch this podcast, too bad, dude.
And if you did watch the podcast, the people who do start complaining, just make sure you correct them. Just correct them in the comments. The boys said this on their podcast. It'll be coming out later July.
Right.
Right
We need
before the actual
people to
Olympics.
police the people.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We need that. Let's work the room a little bit. So with the championship coming on, JP, we're going to start with you. You know who's really competing in this thing. Who do you think's going to win?
He doesn't.
I actually only know of 4 people competing.
Who's
in this.
competing?
You two, Ruse. Wait, are you playing?
Maybe.
Yeah,
it
he
literally
might be.
could happen at any moment.
Is Corey your teammate? Yeah. And then Chris Long and whoever he's playing with.
Who is Chris playing with?
I don't know.
But you got Chandler. You got Chandler and Eric Wood
Oh,
from the Buffalo Bills. That's a
That's
banger
ringer
team.
squad.
You got Trevor Keegan and Zach Zinter, a couple of Michigan Cats, national champion Michigan Cats who are now rookies. Those kids are freshest off the block as far as drinking goes.
Oh, yeah, Chris Long,
fuck
Quentin.
that.
all right. I can give you the top 3
Hold
right
on,
now.
but it also the guys coming later today, Jimmy Tatro,
yes,
who is
go.
a late addition, positive addition, and his boy Christian. Yes,
2
dude.
goats.
Couple of goats, Real Bros of Simi Valley coming out in July, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're going to be
We're
on the
actually having
podcast next
yeah,
week.
yeah. We're having them on the bus.
Yeah,
that
so
will
we
be out
got
next
we got a
week.
full lineup for the boys going on here. We have 16 teams total.
Yeah.
But JP, go ahead. Start. What you think, buddy?
Let me do number 3. I'm gonna give to Quentin Nelson and Eric. Wait, Quentin and
Chris
Chris. Quentin and
Yeah, you
Chris.
put Eric Wood and Quentin Nelson together. We're in trouble.
Yeah. But number
Chris
2,
is-
Eric Wood and wait, who's he playing with?
Chandler.
With yes, and then number 1. It's honestly between y'all two and you and Corey, because
So we
last
can't
year they were
consider
third place. and they might have been screwed last year too.
We've watched the film.
So I'm
They
gonna go
were
with
screwed.
I'm gonna
Pass it
go
to
with
Ruse.
Corey and Ruse. Corey and Ruse.
Go ahead, Ruse. What you got?
No, we for sure got screwed.
Go ahead and say a little bit more than that.
No, I say, well, it's the
You guys
question
you
we
guys
had-
are a great team. You won 2 tournaments, I believe, right?
We won 2 of the 4 games, and we missed the final, and somehow y'all were in it.
Because you
That's
guys,
because we got third in like every one. Points
But-
out, and we won the chug.
I mean,
if you're
the-
good
the
consistently, you're great. You're too much of a roller
The
coaster.
chug
last year.
off
we won the chug.
was
You
only
guys did
awarded.
not.
We were only awarded 5 points.
Yeah, because it's
So we
more of
won
a seeding.
chug off and beer pong in the beer Olympics and didn't make the final. I mean, that's kind of
Yeah,
those are
but-
2 staple beer games.
So the chug is really like it's a small points, but it's really about seeding.
Is it the same way this year?
Yeah. I don't know. Is it?
It's similar. It's similar.
Yeah. Well, the rules are the same as last year, but I think beer pong is going to be 6 cup instead of 10 cup. It's not going to be double
Right, so it's not
elimination.
as
Like
long.
That was a war
because it was
attrition
it was
in
an
all those
8-year.
games.
Yeah, it was an 8-hour deal, and you don't want that.
Yeah, I don't even know how many teams we have.
I think we've got 15
I
or
think
16
as we're
right now.
talking, a couple more have probably already dropped out.
Did Tommy Pope drop?
Yeah.
And you didn't want to say nothing because he's not written in red right there. Communication.
Not that I
Will.
did not. No, it's not that I didn't want to say anything. It's just you don't want to know. You don't want to know the reason.
Can you tell it on the bus? Can you speak to me openly in front of all these nice people?
Without giving me free shout outs. A commercial.
Same one.
Same one. Same one. It's like, how do we not know?
What's crazy too is the guy who put us in touch with him is in the same commercial.
Yeah.
Same one. That's so fucking sad.
Oh,
Heartbreak Hotel.
Did we get Dean Blandino again?
Dean's
Yeah,
back.
he's
Dean's
back.
back.
Participating.
He was a star. He was a star.
He
in
was
last
sorry,
year.
but he's competing this year.
The head ref this year is Jersey Jerry.
No way.
Yeah. The bully. The
Yeah.
bully himself.
But yeah, dude, it's gonna be a good little time, man. We're gonna have a fun time with that. We're gonna throw up. How many times did you throw up in my lawn last year?
I hurled about 8 times.
Did you really?
I was
8?
solo dolo. Yeah, I was honestly scared for a moment. Because
Yeah.
I couldn't move. I couldn't move.
Nicky's had
I
to
was
save
on the
you.
ground and I had basically just had to lay there up against the bench until somebody came and found me. And thank God for Nick. He came over and found me and helped me up and brought me in, fed me, gave me some water.
Fed you water like a baby bird.
And all I did was, when you're just so hammered, I was just so emotionally like grateful for his friendship. Because I was like, I thought I was gonna die over there.
Yeah, that little turf area, man, swallows you whole.
Yeah,
It'll take you down for sure. It'll be a fun time. Brad, who do you think has the best odds in this championship?
I mean, after hearing Corey and Ruse talk, I feel like them because it seems like they've got an axe to grind. I just feel like
The chip on the shoulder.
Yeah,
The
there's a
Michael
lot of
Jordan
passion there.
tablet in his hand. That's when I took it personal
Yeah,
type vibe.
yeah, that's exactly.
Oh,
the
you
vibe
feel
I
that
was
from
getting.
them.
All we
Yeah.
know is the defending champs aren't making this one, and we're next in line.
No question. We hold the interim belt.
Hey, but here's the thing: is I feel like everybody was rooting against you guys last year, and
hate us
that's
because they
where
hate
you
us.
guys performed.
Yeah, dude, I am fueled by hate. When it
Yeah,
comes to-
you were really giving our team.
Drunk Taylor is fueled by hate.
I was like, hey,
Didn't
calm
you
down,
guys
calm
get
down. We
booed,
need
like,
the
every game.
Yeah, but it was also like Kittle's whole family was
Yeah.
there, dude. He brought a whole pack of wolves with him. So we went to do beer ball against him. And they were like announcing us. I hear booing. I look over. It's just the Kittle family.
and then they're just chanting.
yeah. Kittles.
Is Denny part of it this year?
Oh, yeah. Dennis.
It's tough to go against Dennis because I've seen him put away a lot.
I know the thing about Dennis is that we were just talking about the story that Will doesn't remember
Right,
because
yeah.
of his brain is he sat in that chair and drank 24 beers
And fell
Like it was
asleep.
and fell asleep in the chair and did not move. Then that is a hell of a trait to have. But when competition is happening, you got to be mobile, brother.
Yeah.
And Dennis
Yeah.
has always had stiff hips.
Did you bring?
Yeah.
It is going to be hot tomorrow. Did you guys bring sunglasses?
Oh, you did?
Sunglasses?
Did you bring
You got
sunglasses?
sunglasses?
Well, I tell you what you're going to need, dude. You're going to need some Shady Rays. Get ready for the season with the official sunglasses brand of Barstool Sports, Shady Rays. Our friends have you covered with their newest and boldest premium polarized shades. They're kicking off their most anticipated release of 2024 with limited edition debut of their Rival collection. This is a new single lens style in Barstool Blue with premium stool and stars lens etch. And if you're looking for something more casual, the classics are also getting the Barstool treatment. Both of these styles are perfect for all day, everyday comfort and performance. They have hundreds of options to choose from, so you're bound to find the perfect pair for your style. If you don't love your shades, exchange for a new pair. or return them worry-free within 30 days. There's no risk with Shady Rays. Their team always has your back with personal and fast support. Head over to shadyrays.com and use code BOYS, that's BOYS, for 35. I'm going to say that again.
Oh, wow.
35% off. Polarized glasses. Try
That's
for
a
yourself.
deal.
The shades rated 5 stars by over 300,000 individuals.
35% off?
Yeah. All you have to use is code BOYS at shadyrays.com.
That is a nice deal.
It's a solid deal. You going to get you a pair?
Yeah, for 35% off. I don't know why you wouldn't.
It's like stealing money.
Yeah.
It's like stealing items.
JP, you said you had a question for the bus.
Yeah.
Our fan question comes to us from J Hovey 34.
Long time listener, first time caller. My question, one of my friends called me and he asked me this because he was in the minority when he was talking about it with his friends. Shout out Evan. But when you go to the bathroom, say if you're at the airport or wherever, and you have pants with a zipper on them, do you unzip the zipper and then pull your piece out through the boxer hole or through your little hole? Or do you fully unzip and come out on top?
Bro, that's a good question because I think I
Is
do
it?
both. I think I've done both.
Unzip?
It fits through?
I think I think for the most part I zip, but I think every once in a while that belt will have to come off, undo the belt.
So that's how I am.
Really?
I zip, unzip,
Unzip.
stick it through the,
Yeah. You pull the boxers down, you flop it out.
No, through the boxer hole.
Oh,
You navigate through the boxer hole as well?
I go.
Yes, bro.
Oh,
The
man.
waistband
I
line.
unzip.
Then why does it exist?
I'm a full unbuckle as well.
Y'all got big hands, so it's different.
It's different with the little hand.
But why else is the boxer hole there?
Well, that's what it's there for, but also it's like kind of. I feel like it's harder. I go zip.
with the briefs that are going
That's
on.
that
there.
exact movement.
You're not gonna take 30 seconds to open flaps up.
I feel
And
like
it's always a bit of a
it's so
maze,
much,
bro.
it's so much quicker if you just unzip and then open up the boxer hole.
I feel like
These ones I'm wearing don't even have it.
Yeah, and then obviously
Yeah, these are
you just pee your pants.
True Classic.
I was gonna say, like the briefs that they have nowadays, it's not even really that little.
That's what I mean. You got to have the whole.
That's like the old school Hanes Fruit of the Loom.
Yeah.
It's like an
The
old
whitey
school way of
tighties.
thinking. Like
It's
the
like-
new age now, they don't even really have that.
Yeah. You know, one thing I don't like about new age boxers and boxer briefs is people are very conscious about the male body parts and they give you a lot of room. But
It's a lot
when
of
it's so
air in
tight on
there.
my legs and it's so baggy in the middle, I do not like that. I wish it was a little tighter on my piece.
That's good for you though. I feel like if it crams up against it, it kind of hurts like your
It can hurt.
your
And,
sperm quality and T levels.
and you know what they say too is if when your balls are kind of restricted, more likely to have a girl.
No shit.
Yes, that's part of the literature.
I don't believe that.
That might be.
Oh, you obviously don't know the rabbit holes Will and I have gone down to try to have a boy.
Yeah.
So we're not blessed,
I
Brad.
also don't have a lot of room down where my piece is at.
Yeah, but
so
you
I
have a
don't know.
boy.
That's true.
So
Yeah, maybe
So your
that's-
boy is fully unbuckled, and he was
No,
part
he's
of
a
the
zip
minority.
guy.
Oh, he's a zip guy.
Yeah.
oh,
So he was like, everybody was clowning on me. I was like, no, I'm with you.
Nah, yeah, I don't zip. The only time I've done that is like when I'm wearing like coveralls or something, like out in the woods hunting, being a man.
so
And instead of taking off everything, you hit the unzip spots.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that one time.
'Cause it's
that
quicker.
one time a year in Texas.
Yeah, that one time you're in
or
Texas.
with Meat Eater.
Yeah,
Hey, because it's quicker.
yeah, and you just don't have to take off so much stuff. But a quick unbuckle, zip down. It's
And it is always nice because when you're in an airport, you're sitting a lot. It's nice to like redo the belt, fix the pants.
I had a feeling this is how this would go, but I just wanted to ask.
a good question.
Yeah.
Good question. Maybe there's a lot of zip guys out there.
I'm sure.
Hopefully we'll find out
Sound
soon
off in the
enough.
comments. Oh, hey, shout out Inside Out 2.
Bro,
Great movie. Great movie.
you got it above the first one or no?
That's a good
I don't
person
know,
to
they're
ask.
both,
too.
they're both really good. And it's because they're in different stages of life. I like this one because they incorporated, a couple more emotions like as you get older, and they're showing them in other people's brains as well. So it's like, I think I was talking to Taylor about this, like you're able to see the emotions for what they are, identify them, kind of describe them, and know what's going on in your head. I feel like that's just really good.
Yeah.
I had a tweet that said if everybody in the world watched Inside Out 2, humanity would have a shot.
I retweeted it.
Nice, yeah. I think it's a great movie. So shout out Inside Out 2. Rue, she only spoke one time when it was super quiet, like in her loud voice. I was like, hey, remember, there's people in here. We got to whisper. She crushed it. She did a great job. So
Top 3
Rue's first
animated movie of all time.
It's a good one.
Is it top 3?
For sure.
You've seen it.
Yeah.
Okay. And
You saw
you're
like
seeing
opening night.
Yeah. I'm in there. I was dressed up.
it. He loves them cartoons.
I was Joy.
Yeah. Top 3 though?
Yeah, it's that good.
I don't know. Brave Little Toaster.
I wonder what it.
Oh man, that's a deep cut.
Bro, Will and I, last year, I think it was like July last year, right?
Yeah, we were having
Out of our minds, messed up. And we put Brave Little Toaster on. And it was a journey for both of us. Just the two of us in the house. I think it was my birthday.
Yeah, it was your birthday.
Yeah. That's what we did on my
Inside
birthday.
Out
That's what we did my
2.
32nd birthday.
Rated an 8.0 on IMDb, which is a phenomenal rating for an animated Disney movie.
God, I love
Just FYI.
You know what is as good as Inside Out 2 might be? A bad one that just came out, Garfield. Have you seen it?
You saw that one?
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of, just not that good.
Chris Pratt is.
Love Chris Pratt. Massive fan of Chris Pratt.
They did do like a full, like a lot of reshoots apparently because the accent, he was just like Italian, like at the beginning, and then like got a ton of backlash, and then they're like, Garfield's not Italian. And he loves
He just loves lasagna.
But yeah, it's like, so you can't. And also, you're not Italian either, so this is kind of weird dilemma. But I haven't seen that. I have heard it sucks.
Yeah, it's just not that good of a movie, which bums me out because I love Chris Pratt so much.
You can't all have winners.
Can't all have winners.
No.
It makes your winners that much better when you have a couple losers.
It's like Ryan Reynolds' Green Lantern to Deadpool.
Right. And for Ryan Reynolds to even take a couple shots at himself in Deadpool about Green Lantern is awesome. I can't wait for that movie to come out.
Shall we kick
should
off
just-
the episode?
Yeah. Let's get in, get off, get out.
Travis Kelce. Bussin'
Enjoy.
with the boys. Enjoy. Subscribe. If you've lasted through here and you're new, subscribe to the boys. Right after this, ad. Experience everyday perfection with True Classics activewear shirts. The activewear crew neck provides moisture-wicking odor control, quick dry, and are made with an antimicrobial material, meaning the only thing you smell is success. They look and feel like a premium shirt. And at an affordable price, pair it with that ultra soft, super stretchy joggers. You'll be feeling comfortable all damn day. Treat yourself to an unparalleled comfort and style with True Classic Activewear. The best part, True Classic sells their premium products in packs to help you save. Get started with a 2 or 3 pack of t-shirts a day and feel the difference for yourself. The boys, I mean, this is the one time I've seen you not rocking all the True Classic gear that we've got.
Yeah.
But True Classic, it truly is a staple in our closet.
It's become my entire wardrobe.
Yeah.
I am obsessed with True Classic. The pants fit fantastic. The shirts are great. They grab the arms, the chest, and they leave a little in the middle for you so you feel a little bit better about yourself. It's a nice little
Corey,
deal.
you would love them. Rouge, you would love them.
Love
I'm telling
them.
you, they grab. Hey, no. Time out.
Triple it.
Hey,
Nasty
I'm telling
Willie's
you,
already getting started.
No, I'm just saying your body comp gets better with these shirts on. I'm telling you, they grab you in all the right areas to where
Dude,
you're like, hey, this is a fucking tee.
We did a live.
I swear, I
we
promise.
did a live show last week, and who's the cat? That
Caleb.
He takes his shirt off. Not bad, but also could be better. Puts the shirt on, puts a True Classic t-shirt on, and no joke, he actually looked way better.
Yeah, like he had the
It
genetics.
really does. Like grab the chest and the arms and the shoulders. Gives you that nice like, oh, he does work out vibe, but it keeps it just loose enough to where when the wind blows, you do the little fat guy thing where you kind of pull it a little bit. We all do it still. We all do it. So it's a nice little deal.
Yeah, and if you're ready to upgrade your closet, shop now with our exclusive link at trueclassic.com/bus and save 25% off of your first order. Please support the boys and show and tell them. Oh, wait. Please support our show and tell them that we sent you. No matter how you move, make 2024 your most comfortable year yet with True Classic. Travis Kelce, ladies and gentlemen.
It's like drinking that gallon of water in training camp.
No question.
No, not the one that was like intentional every day.
But you were definitely
you
you
were
were the
the
guy in
gallon
high
guy?
school that walked around with a
I
gallon
was-
Friday mornings.
I was if I lost 2 pounds, I'm drinking two
Gallons.
2 bottles.
Oh, wait.
2
Well,
bottles.
no,
whatever it
you're
is.
talking about weight though. I'm talking about like pregame high school. You're like
I
it's
didn't walk around
Friday
with a
Friday
gallon.
morning.
I didn't walk around with a gallon.
No, I was always a
I
gallon
gallon
guy.
water.
Oh, you were a gallon guy?
In college, I started it, yeah. And then
College is a different
Then
deal.
I gave it up.
You walked around with just a big jug.
Yeah.
And just filled
Only
it up
during
every
like
day?
training camp though.
Did
Man.
you in middle school? That was when I.
Are we
did.
rolling?
Yeah.
All right.
In middle school, did you walk around with ankle weights on?
No.
I walked
You
around
were
with
ankle weights?
Yeah.
Dude, when
Why'd
I
you
was
do
in
that?
Because then when you take them off, you're faster, bro.
No.
That was the whole premise.
Is that what
behind
Bill
it.
told
That
you?
makes sense.
Is that what
makes
Bill told
sense.
you?
That in the East Bay magazine.
Ooh, the
I'll
calf,
walk around
the calf
game,
shoes.
game day
The calf shoes, the black shoes that had like the fucking, you're just walking around on your toes.
on your toes.
I had
you
those
had those?
things,
Yeah.
I was trying to get some
Oh, see,
fucking
I
hops.
didn't know about East Bay. I knew about East Bay, but it was always. I never got anything I wanted from East Bay. I wore like Nike Sharks my senior year. And that was the coolest thing in the world because you could slide in and out on the Nike swoosh what color you wanted.
Ooh.
That to me, I was like, yo, what color am I going to go with today? Get crazy out here with those things. Yes.
We got Travis
Look at those
Kelce
things.
Let's give him a round of
on the
applause.
podcast. Yes. We got the boy. This is out on
Feels
Tuesday.
good to be with the boys, baby.
Yes.
Glad to be back.
This
man.
is out
Hell
on
yeah.
Tuesday, June 25th. Currently, we are drinking at the beer games. We had some sad news when the
Dude.
boys backed out.
Yeah.
You've seen the shitstorm that Bussin that has happened. Because it's like you guys weren't the only domino that happened. It was like, oh my
Yeah.
God, this fucked us.
I'm sorry for not only one doing it, but I hope I didn't start that train. I hope I didn't make it okay to
We'll say this. Because I would like you to.
because I fucking want to do this.
I know.
I really do.
I like to picture you
And you guys are
struggling
doing it
to
right.
fall asleep at night because you let the boys down. But the very first domino was Bert.
Was Bert.
Bert
Which
Kreischer.
is crazy because if
The
you
bear,
look
man.
back in video evidence, Bert is the main selling point to
To
your brother.
Jason.
Being like, I'm hard in, I'm 100%.
remember
Jason's
this.
like, oh, fucking, I'm hard in. And so that happened. And once the foundation of Bert went away,
Yeah.
you were gone. Shane was gone.
Because when he went out, I remember looking at Taylor being like, hey, it's all good. Remember, we moved this thing. The Kelces we get the Kelces, we do this collab this year. Like that's the one.
That's the club we wanted.
And then when the phone call came, I mean, it was sadness. It was real time sadness.
Yeah.
I had to call though, man.
But you do that because
Hey,
I'm sorry, man.
respect you not just like sending a text.
Dude,
Or waiting a
I
few
had
more
about
days.
3 of them. I had about 3 paragraphs.
I'm sure.
I was like, I just gotta fucking call them, man.
Yeah.
I gotta call them.
There's
Oh.
one thing I've noticed in this whole beer game situation is that some dudes will just not text you back for like 3 weeks to the point where you're like, listen, man, just put the gun to my
It's
head and
tough.
pull the trigger.
Yeah.
I need to know right now.
I hear you. Yeah.
Because it gets hard. And it's tough to tell your boys, listen, I know I committed to this, but I got to back out.
Yeah.
But I've officially like George was like, I probably won't make it to beer games, even as a ref. And I'm like, great. That actually makes me happier than you saying
'Cause
I
yes.
can figure something else
Because now I don't
out,
have the
yeah.
anxiety of you probably backing out. I'm hurt.
Damn.
I've hurt.
And you
Yeah.
put on, and you're familiar with like putting on events and everything like that. It's like when you're trying to reach out and ask, you're like, I promise it's all good. Like it's just better to know sooner than later.
Hell
if you
yeah.
can't do it.
The last minute stuff is tough.
Because the boys, everybody does feel bad when it's like, yeah, I can't fucking make it
Yeah.
swing.
Dude, that shit looked so much fun last year though.
I know.
We're going to get you in eventually.
I have to.
We're going to
make
do
it happen
eventually.
eventually.
I have
I
to.
think where we messed up, what we found out is like maybe summer is not the move. Initially, our thought was behind OTAs gets finished, mandatory minicamp gets finished. Everyone has that 6-week block to kind of do their thing, but that's when everyone's hitting their
I think it's filled
vacations
up
and doing their
quick,
stuff.
yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
so I think it's a spring thing. It's
Yeah, if we
it's
can-
a March, early April deal.
Yeah.
It might have to be.
I can see that. I can see less people like planning shit and getting shit like on the schedule in March.
Mm-hmm.
June, July is just it's prime time, baby.
I
It's
know.
tough.
It is prime
It's
time.
tough.
Right in the
tough.
thick of it.
Dude.
And right on the
It's a
border.
prime time event though. I get it.
Yeah, right
It
on the
is.
border of like, all right, I'm taking the week off and then dialing in for the next 4 or 5 weeks to get into training camp. It's like literally you don't have a whole lot of time.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's probably the move. And we'd have to wait till March because the boys might be in the Super Bowl again.
Not if you. I mean, are you going to have that taken a little bit?
Well, yeah, I've won them 2 Super Bowls since I've had the take of hating
You
the
gotta
Chiefs.
keep that take. for
Yeah,
me.
I've
You gotta
been.
keep that take.
I've given them bulletin board material.
The only way the Chiefs don't three-peat is if you essentially take the Chiefs side.
Ooh, maybe
If
I
you
do
Son
that
of a
this
bitch.
year.
You
do
can
not
make or
fucking do
break.
this.
Just be
Do
A
not do
true
this.
dynasty. You can make or break a
Yeah.
dynasty just by your opinion.
No, we know it's here.
That's-
We know what's right here.
No,
Yeah,
I don't
we know,
think so.
We know
man.
what's right here.
You can't tell me when you walk in the Kansas City Chiefs locker room, there's not a couple murmurings about when Will Compton sees this. Hey boys, we won.
You
we
know,
got
Andy
him.
Reid in a team meeting is running his PowerPoint and he just puts up my
Bulletin
tweets.
board.
Yeah.
Like, look at this motherfucker.
Listen, we're
Let's
playing the
shut his
Steelers
ass
this week.
up.
Got to watch out for TJ. They had a great running back here, but let's not forget. And then Will Compton's face, old teeth, comes up. He goes, "This is the reason why we fight. This is the reason why we fight day in and day out." It's talked about.
No.
Hey, but the three-peat.
It's a good take though. I enjoy it. What?
But the three-peat.
Man,
Think
that's
you guys
crazy to
can
even
pull it
think
off?
about, man. I think right now we got the focus and we got the team to be able to do it. Yeah. You already know every year you got to restart that engine, man. You got to rebuild it. We got a lot of fucking fun pieces added. Hollywood Brown, seeing him run around this offseason has been so fucking fun. Him
Somebody
and Pat
take the top
have a
off.
connection immediately up top. Like at least once or twice in 7-on-7, Pat's just making sure he gives Hollywood that chance to make a play downfield. And I'm just like, Xavier Worthy he hasn't even been out there because he's been dealing with a little bit of a hammy. So it's like, even just seeing that and seeing guys like seeing where the offense is going. Coach Reid every single year has these like no cards, just fucking plays. He's just like just cooking them up in that fucking office at Arrowhead. He's just cooking them up, dude. And it's been fun to like see how the offense has grown throughout the years. Because when I first came into the league, it was Jamal Charles, give Jamal the ball. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're inside zone, outside zone, screen to Jamal, motion him outside, do a little slant to him. Like it was like all focused on Jamal.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's like started to get to the point where it's like it's all focused on Pat and everything that he can do. And now everybody gets the ball. So it's been crazy.
Yeah, when you say what Pat can do, like what can't he really do? The guy can make insane throws.
Oh, he can do it all.
He can
There's
awkward throws. He's like that. Who's that European white basketball player? JP is not on the bus. No, the old guy from the Mavs. Dirk. Yeah, making all the weird
that
ass-
guy?
Patrick
That's
Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes
That's
is
the
like
one
Dirk
you needed help with? You
Yeah,
needed
no,
to-
I don't watch basketball.
God damn
I had a
it.
problem with Angel Reese the other day. Someone said, "You know who Angel Reese is?" I legit thought it was an adult entertainment star with that name. And no disrespect, not trying to be disrespectful, but that's where my brain went with that
Dirk
name.
Nowitzki.
You're in your
He's
world. I
like
get it.
Dirk Nowitzki. Out of all comparables
damn
out
it,
there,
What can he
Patrick
do?
Mahomes, Dirk Nowitzki.
No doubt, no doubt.
Do you still find yourself having the same fire
Oh, fuck yeah.
year in
Once
and
you-
year
once you-
out? What
once
year are you
you're-
going? What year are you in?
This
going
is
into?
12.
And you still have the same fire.
Dude, I love that shit, man. I don't know what I mean. I feel like the chance of having a three-peat, like you're just nobody gets that fucking chance. So it's like your desire to come into work every single day just kind of went up a notch.
Yeah.
So it's like you want it more than you've like been coming into the building in recent years, just because you have an opportunity to be one of the greatest, if not the greatest, like dynasty franchise 3 to 5, 6 year run that's ever been, played on the gridiron. So
Yeah.
it's like, man, you gotta be present in the moment, but you gotta enjoy what you're doing, man.
Is there ever a battle of staying present in that moment and keeping that fire? Because obviously that's impressive. You know that's impressive going 12 years in the league, especially with the stardom that you have even now. Like it's been growing throughout
Yeah.
the entirety of your career. Winning championships, you've done that. You've won two in a row. Like, you know how impressive that is to keep that fire going. Like, do you struggle at times, like staying in the moment and you lean on things that kind of remind yourself?
Not really. I don't think I've ever struggled with that aspect of it. I've struggled with the aspect of like not having the success that I've had in my younger years.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was talking to my brother about kind of when he was like, man, I know this is it, dude. This is it. I'm done.
Yeah.
Like I'm over with. And it wasn't like the wear and tear of like his body, like after a game. It was just the fact that there were some plays that he knew he should be making and his body he wasn't the same athlete. And he was like, that's frustrating right here when you know you're like how successful you are and how successful you've been in your career and not having that success every single time, and you kind of see yourself, I don't want to say deteriorating, but like you're just not having those that same moment of
Father
like
time catching up.
I'm just running it up on these dudes. Like you just don't have that ability anymore, I guess.
Yeah, but Jason, like when he walked away, he still had a lot of gas left in the tank.
So much gas, dude.
Bro, because he may or may not, in his mind, been able to do some of the plays he did at the angles he was taking, but that guy's so smart. The way he blocks, I feel like he could just take different angles. And, you know, when Father Time starts to catch up with you, the savviness of the technique and how he handles everything, he could play 5 more years.
I hear you, man.
He could still do it.
I was telling him, dude. I was like, dude, don't you fucking quit on me.
Really?
God damn it, don't you do it.
Was there a lot of back and forth between you two when he was like contemplating retiring?
Jason was trying to retire like 5 years ago.
You just got to keep him on the horse every single time.
Dude, Howie, the Eagles organization just kept on, well, how about we just give him a few more meals, just keep coming back, having some fun.
Keep the good dog fed.
Got a good quarterback. Then he goes to the Super Bowl and plays another year and a half, or another year after that. And I think he's like come to like being okay with where his career was, his entire like longevity of it and everything. He was just comfortable with where he was, and he has great opportunities off the field. He's got 3 little girls that he's just ready to go and just be a dad and be fully in on you know, not that he wasn't, but he's helping out Kylie now at the house. So it's just it was like a perfect mesh of everything coming together for him. So
I can't imagine this past year for them, the way they started and the way they finished. That's like the most deflating when you're just on a roll. Like the Super Bowl the year before.
Like this team.
Hey, we're really like,
then
yes.
you become like the worst team.
Yeah, like you like sneak into the playoffs, which
Dude.
is wild, man. It's a tough deal. That's hard mentally to go through.
I can only imagine.
I mean, you guys had some turbulent times. Literally, Kansas City every single week, everyone's like, "Are they still them? Can they still do it?
Can they still do it?
Can they still do it?
Are they gonna?"
You guys lost week 1 to Detroit.
I don't even think it was never a question. I don't think it was ever a question
Right.
for Big Will over here.
And Will just wanted it so bad,
I
man.
know, dude.
He just wanted to change it. This was a pro 49ers podcast. That's second to last week or second week of February. Only because you guys have had so much success. And the boy Kittle, McCaffrey,
Dude.
Warner, all those dudes.
It's got to be
just
fun
studs.
too for you guys, like knowing you're hated because you.
Oh, I definitely
so
had more
good.
fun with that one. Yeah,
because you guys are so good.
I had fun with that one this year. Cause you could tell like going into the playoffs. I mean, you weren't the only one, but I could just feel it. I could just feel it.
Yeah,
you know, and it was cool going into like other stadiums in the playoffs. For the most part, every playoff game I've had has been at Arrowhead, so it's like being able to, or having to go into Buffalo, get a fucking win, having to go into Baltimore where they are the bully. You know what I mean? That team, that was a fucking physical
The
team.
bank.
#1 defense in the league. Like they have that old school, like the old school Ravens that we grew up on. I mean, that was like, you don't fuck around with those dudes. Like fucking, what do you call it? Ray Lewis came out, did the whole, you know what I mean?
His
In the
old
middle of the
dance,
game,
throwing
everything at
all
you.
of it, dude. So it was like, man, that was a fun ride. Fun ride being the villain for
the
a little
bank
bit.
might be the best atmosphere in the playoffs. You taking
was so
Arrowhead
much
aside
fun, man.
because they just do an amazing job of like the lights and the fans. They're just
the
nasty.
theatrics of it all.
was
Dude, they
sweet.
are crazy about it. We played them 2019 in the division round, and they were the 1 seed, and it was just it was so electric. The most energy I've ever felt in a building in my entire life. They really get after it.
Felt it, dude.
Dude, one thing I noticed from you this year, I might be talking out of my ass, but playing you in years past, I've never seen you really chirp that much on the field. You kind of do your thing, happy-go-lucky guy.
Yeah.
This year, it seemed like anybody and everybody could catch hands verbally.
Yeah.
Was there like a switch?
even Coach Reid could catch hands.
Just kind of, you were. It just
that
seemed
did-
like
that
you were
didn't look
playing with an
great.
extra chip.
that
That didn't look great.
We've all done it.
You ever just kind of just lose it and just like want to win so bad that you just like take it up a notch? Like your aggression has to go up a notch so that everybody around you feels like this guy wants it.
Yeah.
This guy wants it, and if he wants it this bad, I need to match that. You know what I mean? I feel like as a leader with the Chiefs, like that, it got to that point in this season where it was like, man, I just don't think we have like the right like mentality to like attack a team from the jump, ready to get in the bar fight. And I feel like, I don't know, I just had to like bring that into like everybody's mentality. And sure enough, I mean, everybody didn't love seeing that side of me in the playoffs. I can just see like how everybody was talking about it and like social media and everything. And but at the same time, I felt like it was making our team better. by leading the guys and being that for the team for sure.
At what point in the season did you kind of look around and realize these guys don't have the mentality we should have?
We
and
got
I'm gonna
our
make this
ass
change?
beat by the fucking Raiders on Christmas.
The Raiders.
Fucking ruined Christmas, motherfuckers.
God.
Dude, Pace has got he had those dudes ready to brawl right there on the field.
They are kind
They
of
were
taking old school Raiders mentality.
100%, man, and I love that shit. And I was like, man, if we play with that kind of edge or that kind of like toughness, that kind of like don't fuck with us mentality, like we won't be stopped.
Yeah.
And it just kind of it ended up like that. But that Raiders game was definitely one of the turning points for sure.
You had to walk into that building and just start chopping dudes down at the knees, going at everybody. How'd Pat handle that?
I don't think I was attacking anybody on the squad. It was more so just like
Coach Reid.
that wasn't an attack.
No,
That wasn't an attack. No, you
I'm
already
talking
know.
about how you handle-
It definitely looks like an attack.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't like it was like a nudge, like, come on, baby, put it on me. Like that's what it was. It wasn't like motherfucker. Like,
Yeah.
It wasn't.
Yeah.
That's not what it was. Yeah. But I can see how it kind of looks like that if you don't have me mic'd up. But yeah, I forgot everything. you
Does
just
any
said.
is anybody else like on the team, like what leaders are kind of following your lead, or you're having that kind of conversation with like, yo, we gotta start finding our edge. I feel like we just don't have.
I mean,
this
Mahomes is
mentality.
right there. Pat's he's the guy. You know, he is the guy that leads the team, and he's just you can't just ask him to do fucking everything. You know what I mean? That's what you need leaders like Chris Jones, like fucking Drew Tranquil, guys like Justin Reid that are on the defensive side that are, you know, very smart, very vocal, know how to win. And then on the offensive side, like Creed Humphrey stepping up big, Trey Smith playing with that tenacity and stuff like that. It was definitely like a circle the wagons type moment after that Raiders game to like, yo, let's just do this shit for from here until this season's over with. Let's just fucking lock in and just play with some more juice, man.
Yeah. Were you bummed not to hit 1,000 yards?
I mean, I was like, that would have been cool, but at the same time, I've been fortunate to have a lot of stats, and it's just at this point in my career, it's just not what I'm here for.
Well,
I could have went out there in that Chargers game, and I would have loved to play with Blaine. I hadn't played with Blaine yet in a game, and I loved playing with like Chad Henne, Foles when he was with us for a little bit behind Alex Smith. I loved playing with the guys that like don't always get that opportunity to go out there and sling it around. So I wanted to go out there and sling it with Blaine, man. I hadn't fucking played a game with him, but I was like, man, I could really use not to go out here on this fucking turf,
right,
bang up my knees and just give myself like a full week of like, I don't know, just getting the body back together. I was like, that's way more important to me. That's way more important to me than these 15, 16 yards that I should have got fucking 16 games worth. There's so many drops and shit like that. I was almost like kicking myself that I was even in the situation. I'm like, it's not worth it to me at this point.
Is that when you say I'm not, like, that's not where my career is at anymore, like I'm not, is that this part you struggle with when you're like, maybe I'm not the threat I used to be? Is that what you're kind of saying?
Yeah.
I don't want to put words in your mouth.
100%. Yeah. I think that's definitely it. Having to deal with not always being in the game in like certain moments of the game. Like I had to look myself in the mirror like, dude, the team's better when Noah and Blake Bell are in the game in these type of situations. You have to be all right with that. You can't just be like, I'm me. I need to be on the fucking field.
Right.
And that's just how it's always been. So it's like dealing with that, knowing that I got to trust, the head ball coach on what the team needs best, and I just want to go out there and be out there every single fucking play and helping the team. So it's like dealing with that has probably been the biggest struggle.
How was that transition mentally for you? Was it just legit one conversation in the mirror for yourself, or did it take a minute to be like, okay, I'm frustrated about something, I have to identify what that is now, and now that I know what it is, how do I get past this?
Yeah, I think it's been over the past like 2 or 3 years understanding that. And then on top of that, you throw in the fact that we weren't just having like buku success during the season like we had in years past. Like typically our team has been mostly offense. I mean, obviously Spags and Chris Jones and everybody. Our defense has always been solid, but like
This year,
Patty
they
Mahomes,
were the lead dog.
yeah,
The defense was the
100%.
lead dog. Yeah.
100%. So it was like not having the success that we thought we should be having, that we're used to having, and then having to deal with just not being as successful or as smooth in routes and things like that, and being reliable for a 1-5 back there. Yeah, that shit was. It was a learning process, man. You know.
Yeah, it's tough.
How do you go about kind of it's gonna sound weird, unfucking yourself when the mojo is kind of slipped and you know the external noises out there, like, man, if we would have caught these balls, like when you're having the drops and everything throughout the season, and you know you can't pour too much energy into it because you make it too big. It's like the expectation's so high.
Take it the
But then
yips.
also, it's like when you just
Dude,
get
not
the
the
yips
yips, fuck the
and like
yips.
finding that balance to still instill confidence in guys, and also, man, I don't want him to think I'm coming to him because it's like, you're such a problem. We need you to catch the ball, or even you dropping the ball.
Yeah.
It's like when you guys are having those yips, what's kind of the formula, or how do you guys go about keeping the swag about you, knowing that the tide's going to turn?
I think Coach Reid does it the best. He's nonstop challenging the team at week in, week out on, like, not necessarily getting better, but like making sure you're focusing on the things that are going to get you better. Like, I'm a huge, I got to be out in practice kind of guy. Like, I have to get those reps. I need to be out there doing the little things in between 7-on-7, in between team run, in between blitz. Like, I got to get those like little reps, the extra catches that I get with the quarterbacks, just the talking with the OC or like the QB coaches, and just making sure that we're all on the same page and shit. I need to be out there having those combos, working that, going to work. And I think that mentality right there is like, you're just nonstop, like going step by step up the staircase and like finding ways to have the success, right?
Yeah.
And I think Coach Reid's leadership and how he like sets that program for everybody, I think it's flawless, man. So you don't really get caught up in you try not to get caught up in the lack of success, or like, I don't know, maybe some of the frustrations throughout the season that you haven't had in years past, because it's like we're still working to get better no matter if we're having the success or we're not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
With this past offseason, you've had an insane one.
Yeah.
It's been all over the place.
Yeah.
And then you run into the season, you got the new heights, you got all that stuff, and you're the most talked about NFL player of all time. Essentially, you've helped raise the cap space in such a big way. In such a big way. But when those types of, like, you know, trials and tribulations are happening during the season, how difficult is it for you not to listen to the noise? Because we talk about all the time in this podcast, that search bar on Twitter.
Yeah.
Typing your fucking name into there.
Yeah.
And seeing some of the
Dude,
negative things.
fire
We've all fallen victim to it.
Fire
we
me
have
up.
all fallen victim. How did you handle that? Because truly it's the Kelce show.
I would say for the most part, it's like, I know what's real when I walk into the building. I know where my intentions are. And I know who I am as like a person, right? So it's like, yeah, I get it. I'm not having the success, or it's, you know, people are having some hot takes on me and on what I got going on the field and off. But for the most part, man, I really don't give a fuck. I just have the I don't give a goddamn syndrome, and I just
That's a
keep it
great
moving,
trait to
man.
have.
It
Dude,
is. Is that
it's lovely. I sleep wonderful at night.
Yeah.
You know, I'll have a few beers if things are getting, you know, too fun or too bad, and it'll just be, you know,
Keep
on
you
to the
level.
next one, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it one of those things, were you born with that, or was that something that you had to be established as you got older?
Oh, look
Cincinnati.
at this. This is lovely right here.
It's cold brew with a little bit of
A little bit of
sweet
sauce in there.
condensed milk.
Sweet condensed milk,
And I got a little sweet tooth this morning, so I'm gonna get a little zesty. with
little
this
eighth
one.
and roast, little local Nashville coffee shop for the boys right here.
How about it?
Yeah, dude, you're sitting
Support local.
Yes.
that don't give a fuck syndrome. Is that something that you're born with, or is that just the trials
I
and
think-
tribulations and you just were able to work through that?
I think it's a Kelce trait. It's in the DNA.
Is it?
My dad's had that for quite a long time. I think
My bad. I appreciate you picking up my mess. You should throw it over there now.
he just switched it up.
Throw it
He
down.
switched
I
it
thought,
up.
man, picking up the litter just to move the litter. Your dad.
Yeah, Big Ed, man. Big Ed was I think he's always kind of had that, like, your family is your family, and that's all that really fucking matters. You know? Outside of that, like, you're gonna be respectful. You're gonna be a good person in society. And it's like, as long as you're doing those things and you're close with the family, you're keeping the family tight, who gives a shit what Jim Bob or whoever the fuck is on Twitter fucking writing the shit, or whoever's on social media saying it. Like, it is what it is.
Yeah.
You know? And at the same time, like, if they're saying something, look yourself in the mirror, bud, and, like, ask yourself, what are you portraying for them to say this type of shit? You know? And it's like, either it's a fair take or it's an unfair take, or it's just fucking whatever.
That's an insane amount of awareness.
Yeah. How often do you find yourself leaning on your parents, or how involved are they when, you know, things like that are happening, the communication with them?
Yeah. I think I've been so fortunate just to have their, like, love and support through all parts of my career and in my life. I know they're always there. At this point, it's like, I just don't let myself get to the point where I'm, like, down in the dumps and I need somebody to pull me out of there. Like, I just never let it get to that point.
Hey, does your old man throw you some just random messages?
You know what he'll do? He'll see some wild shit come across and he'll be like, hey, what the fuck is this? You know, it'll just be something so fucking out of the blue, like something about me and Taylor. It's like, hey, you guys okay?
You guys all right out
Dad,
there?
Get the fuck off Facebook, Dad. You fucking kidding me? Yeah,
that
that's his
Facebook
search
group.
engine. Yeah.
Yeah. No doubt. We've all got our way to get our news. Dads are funny about that, dude.
Dude, so good.
They'll just, like, me and Will will have something going on the bus, and my dad will he watches every single episode, and he'll call me and be
It's the
like,
best.
are you and Will good? Are you guys all right? I'm like,
Yeah.
Dave, it's all right. Put the phone down. You don't have to watch everything. We're going to be just
My
fine.
old man finding out that I've been high and smoked weed in my adult life. He learned from watching the
did?
podcast.
Didn't take it too well.
No, he didn't care. He actually doesn't bring it up. I more so address it just to get it to feel like, I know you watch this all the time. Like, let me just say it now in front of you.
Yeah.
You know, yeah.
Get
Bill's a
rise
boomer.
out of him.
Yeah,
He's going to sit there and he's going to be like, my boy smoking weed? The devil's lettuce out there? You can't be having that.
But you know, Bill, he doesn't say a whole lot.
He doesn't say a whole lot, but he thinks a whole lot.
Yeah,
I know Bill's doing sitting in
does.
that chair with that
Yeah.
pack of chew. So, my son's a degenerate. Putting that red man in. I can't believe it.
You think he should be saying that?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't care that you think he should be saying that to everybody?
Want to let the world know that?
Yeah.
Dude, when I first got to Michigan, I would just say whatever. My dad would be like, hey, man, you got to play the game. Like, you got to be the all-American kid. Like, don't say too many things. Then after a while, my dad was like, hey, man, fuck it. Seems like you have a better handle on this stuff than I do. So you go ahead and do whatever you want.
Killing it.
Just
Run with the boat.
Just able to run with it.
That's
Did
awesome.
your parents ever try to, like, give you game? Like, hey, listen, when you're in the media, you need to do this. Routes, any of that stuff?
Or
No.
like, hey, you're partying a little. The public
Yeah,
image.
lock
you're
it
partying
in,
a little
lock it
hard.
in.
Lock
No.
lock
Facebook's
it in.
telling me this.
No.
You need to do X,
Be
Y,
like
and
your
Z.
brother. Be like
Nah.
your brother.
Never, not one time. I think when I was in college and I got kicked out, or I got removed from the team for the year for smoking the devil's lettuce.
You like that?
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a
You gotta
classic.
keep
Dude.
it.
It's a classic. My dad just, like, kind of came and was like, well, you really put yourself in a situation, didn't you? He was just like, that was like the most, and he was just like, yeah, can't keep a Kelce boy down, you know? Just keep moving.
Down.
That's
Keep
what your
figuring
dad
it
said,
out.
can't
Yeah, he
keep
was just
Kelce
like,
boy
yeah,
down?
right out, just straight up, just like, yeah, you'll be all right. You're not a bad kid.
Yeah.
Just keep being you.
Such a
Get
dad
out of-
comment.
That is
Get out
that's
of-
a good dad
you're-
comment.
You're
too.
not a
good.
bad
That's a
kid.
good
You just
dad
made bad
comment.
mistakes.
You just fucked up.
yeah,
just
devil's
fucked up,
lettuce.
son.
Can't
Yeah.
mess with that stuff, man.
Can't fuck with
It's a gateway drug.
it. Is.
You
Yeah.
can't have that. You said something when you were just kind of messing around, being like, "Don't be like your brother. Don't be like, or be like more like your brother."
Yeah.
Was there ever? Obviously, you guys have an
what?
insane relationship,
Hell yeah.
but was there ever like just Jason just seems like
Dude, he's
all
honor student,
Yeah,
music.
got you
He's
back
in
into
the arts.
Cincinnati. Andy
He's the
Reid
most
calls him.
badass dude in the
Yeah.
fucking entire city.
Mhm.
He's the one that'll, like, play the saxophone in the jazz band
Yeah.
and beat your ass at a fucking house party. Like he's
He's-
he's the most, like, well-rounded human being, honor student.
Mhm.
He was the favorite.
Dude,
Growing up?
what?
But
In the
sitting-
entire city,
sitting in your
everybody loved
30s, it's easy to like gas up your brother. But what about 13-year-old Travis? Was Travis ever like mad about how like everybody
How
loves
good he was?
Jason?
Yeah,
What the
nah.
fuck is this
I don't
about?
think I was
You're
ever
like, this
mad.
motherfucker.
I don't think I was
That's how
ever
he has
mad.
the bad boy image. He had to project
Yeah,
it somehow.
he had,
He's
to,
like,
he had to do something.
Yeah.
Oh, he's gonna be so good that I'm gonna be like
I just had
this.
to get mischievous. Yeah, just
Yeah.
be in the background like, I'm going to steal that candy bar over there.
Yeah.
Fuck you guys.
No question.
I'm gonna smoke that lettuce.
They told me not to. I'm gonna do it right now.
Dude, Jason growing up it was easy to root for him because he's still, even though he was like that guy, like he still wasn't getting offers from all over the place. Like he wasn't having like buku success until like the years that we went to like the Orange Bowl and Sugar Bowl in college, and then when he finally started winning with the Eagles, like he wasn't having like all the success, but he was always the star on the team he was on,
Mhm.
you know? So it was always easy to root for him. He was still always kind of like that underdog, but around the city and shit, he was just like, yeah, don't fuck with that dude. And you want that guy on your team.
Yeah.
Like I walked through high school untouched outside of like him, like bullying me and beating my ass, being an older brother.
Jason was like that in school. He had the reputation like
Oh
that.
yeah. Like
really?
you don't fuck with that crazy white dude. Like he's the one like throwing Gatorade coolers at football games, like fucking spazzing. I mean, we've been known to fucking be a little hot during games.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah, no
a good
question.
helmet throws always gets everybody's attention.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, Jason was always that dude, man.
Biggest pet peeve of Jason.
Snores.
There's no question that boy's got apnea.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, you look at him.
Is he
you
like
just know
choke?
he's
Is he
got
like a
sleep
choke
apnea.
snorer?
Huh? No, he's just like you're fucking revving a lawnmower, just
The whole time.
the whole time, dude.
Dog. Jason he has become like the face of all offensive linemen forever.
Dude, it's
And to
been
do
so
it in
cool to
Philly.
see it, man.
Is crazy because Philly's got to be the most like psychotic fan base of any place.
Right.
Like
right.
if you mess up, like they're the fans that boo you at halftime if you're losing. It's a terrifying
You
place.
go 3 and out on the first drive.
It's over. You might as well pack it in.
It's
Those
done.
message boards are going nuts
Dude, I
Even
swear.
if you're undefeated, they're just pissed off the
at
entire
all
time.
times.
Going to some of the games early on in my career when they weren't having like a lot of the success that they're having now, and seeing like the difference when Philly wants to fucking set the entire stadium on fire, but when you're good, that place is unreal.
Grease the
It
poles.
is, dude.
Grease
Exactly,
the poles,
dude.
man.
They-
It is.
They'll still set that thing on fire, but for good reason.
Yeah. But it seems like his wife too. Like you saw, she
She's, I mean,
just went viral for just giving
Yo, that
Karen the
was
two hands
so-
verbally.
dude,
Hilarious.
She gave her 3-piece and a biscuit, full combo.
Don't fuck with them on date night.
Yeah.
What is going on? Like, is she got that kind of fire forever? And do you know what I love about her too? Is she refuses to wear any other uniform.
Oh yeah, no, she's
Which
not
is
fucking
crazy.
around.
It's like
She's
I
not
love
fucking
that kind of
around.
loyalty. She's like, no, fuck that. I'll
I
never.
respect it. I respect it all
You're-
day. Especially you got the Birds fans are just they're different. They're a different breed. Once you're there and you're around Philly and you're around the people and the communities and stuff, I mean, you get it. Everybody's just so fucking, they're so tight knit. You don't see like a chain restaurant out there. You don't see like everything's like self-serve communities. Like everybody's like making sure they're looking out for each other. And that's one thing I do love about Philly. And getting to know Kylie and her family and everything throughout the years has just been, it's been awesome because she even has that like toughness of don't fuck with me. And you saw that in that video of them just trying to have date night with their friends over at the shore where it's a big family environment. Everybody is having a good time every single day out there at the shore. And this lady just comes in trying to be entitled and telling Jason and Kylie, like, you have to take a picture with my kid. Like, you're doing it now. And it escalated into something that it shouldn't even have been.
You're right.
You know what I mean? And
Right.
I'm sure
It literally should never get to that point.
it
Everybody's
shouldn't.
doing their best. Like,
it shouldn't.
obviously,
And because Jason and Kylie are like the sweetest, like they're the
Right.
nicest people until you take it to that point.
Mhm.
And then it's like, all right, now
now you fucked up.
I got to choke
Now you're
slam
gonna
you,
have to
bitch.
find out.
Yeah, now you got to find out. How long did Jason play? 13?
Yeah, 13.
So you
How
gotta beat
long
that.
do you got? You've just been quoted recently in the media. Put the load on my back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wear and
where does
tear me,
that-
baby.
Yeah, wear and
No
tear.
load
Yeah,
management
yeah,
over here.
Throw you around a little bit. Grab the hips. How
Open me up. No.
how long do you think you got? How long
Well-
do you want to play? If you had a crystal ball, how would Travis
know
Kelce
it's-
go out?
You know it's at
that's a
least 2
great-
more years. You
Yeah.
gotta be Jason.
I'm 100% doing at least the next 2. You know,
Have to.
you know, I'm
Health.
I'm at least doing that, and then we'll see what the future holds, man. I know that there's opportunities off the field for me, and I think that was something that Jason was really comfortable with when he was like kind of juggling whether he was going to come back. And it's just a situation where I said it the other day. You guys heard me. I love coming into work, man. I have so much fun. I still got the fire to keep getting better, and I still got the fire to like go out there and do that shit every single day. So I can't really put a number on it. I just know I got 2 years on my contract, and we'll see what happens after that.
Is there a world you live in where you would play for another team other than Kansas City?
Ooh,
I
good
don't
question.
think I don't think that's ever there. It used to be the original dream was to play for Cleveland. Cleveland kid. I fucking loved the sports town that I grew up in. Fueled all the sports love that I have today, and I still am like in the side. I'm like, go get them, Browns. You know what I mean? Like in the back of my head.
Kinda root
But
for 'em.
I don't think I could ever fucking play for the Browns. I have so much love and appreciation for like, especially if Coach Reid stays in KC, if Brett Veach, you know, Patty Mahomes, the like the nucleus stays in KC. I don't think I could ever leave the city, man.
Pat's not going anywhere.
Doesn't look like it.
No. There was some murmurings about Andy Reid, though. He's been in the game for so long.
And then he just signed the extension,
Yeah,
so he's in it for another 5.
allegedly. But you know those
Allegedly.
extensions, the way they work, you can get out of them any time.
Yeah,
Were you worried that Andy was going to dip?
No.
Good.
No.
Simple answer.
Yeah, I mean, I knew the Chiefs weren't going to let him, you know, definitely not let him go to another team or anything. But it
And
would
you
have been
You probably have your own personal like pulse with them and everything else too. To where,
yeah. I think
you
we're
kinda get a
all
vibe.
kind of in cahoots of like, this is fun right now.
Mhm.
Like let's keep this going.
dude, he seems like a blast to
Dude,
play
he's the
for,
best,
man.
the absolute best, man. The old show your personality, man.
Yeah.
Gone. Shout out to Big Red.
Big Red.
He does seem like one of those coaches you just want to play for forever.
Yeah, he does. He seems like he does a good job, like in staying innovative, but like keeping it light, having all the right things to say. You know, not being an asshole, speaking up when the time is right.
Yeah.
Yeah. He does have some crazy verbiage when it comes to you guys' play calling. Where does he come up with that stuff? Do you guys
I think it's
get
a
think
mixture.
tank?
It's a mixture. It's a mixture of like the offensive staff. You try and make it make sense, right?
Mhm.
Like post corner, poco, like things like that. Like you try and make it make sense for the players, and sometimes it just gets fucking. It's just out there.
Yeah, 'cause
Like we had a
he-
trick
yeah.
play against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and we called it Black Pearl because of the pirate ship.
Pirates of the
You know what I
Caribbean.
mean?
Yeah.
You know, so it's like you try and make it make sense, and I'm just like in my head, I'm just like, I've never seen that shit in my life.
You never seen Pirates of the Caribbean?
No.
Are you serious?
I haven't seen
Dude,
all of them
no.
either. I've seen
Oh,
one.
dude,
I've
you
seen
gotta
one.
go back and watch
I
those
know.
movies. They're insane.
I know.
It was heartbreaking
love
when
'em.
Johnny Depp said he'd never do it again. Because those movies are legit unbelievable.
Damn. All right.
Have
It's
to check 'em out.
amazing how people think football players are like uncreative, like, you know, just kind of
Stupid.
cavemen, stupid. But when it
We're
comes
dumb.
to word association, coaches go nuts. All of a sudden, they're poets. They're like J.K. Rowling out there rewriting stories because they'll sit in rooms and they'll be like, "All right, post corner, Poco's fun, but you know who did that? Pocahontas." And if you think about Pocahontas, she was a trailblazer. So we're gonna add this in here also. It is crazy how they do that
Dude,
shit.
that's hilarious.
That's
It-
funny, bro.
But it
That's a
is
good
it's,
bit,
it's
dude.
wild.
That's exactly how it goes too.
Yeah.
Come up with this elaborate analogy on how they got
And they
there.
just
You're
think
nudging
this is
your
gonna
boy.
resonate with them. You
That's
guys remember Pocahontas? All
We're
right.
gonna keep this simple for you guys,
Yeah.
and you're just sitting there like, yo, just call it this.
Yeah, and we're gonna transition that
shit.
John Smith because that was
Yeah.
Pocahontas' love. They're
Dude.
gonna. It's just wild the way
So
they're able to
fucking
do that,
funny.
man. The Super Bowl 49ers. You saw George Kittle's clip when you guys played in the last time in the Super
Vengeance,
Bowl, and
dude.
he's like, "I'm
That
gonna
shit
be
gives me
back."
chills when I watch it.
It's
dude.
unbelievable, and
It
it's
gives
your
me
boy.
chills. Hell yeah.
Do you feel bad breaking George's heart? Because
Dude.
that's a golden retriever. You just kicked a
Fuck
golden
your
retriever.
dreams.
I feel like
This
I
is a
feel like
nightmare
every single
for you.
just about every Super Bowl except for the one where we got fucking smoked. What did he just say?
Hold on.
Time out. What did he just say?
That was low key kind of fire. It just didn't hit at the right time.
Repeat it.
I think
Fuck
I
your
think I said,
dreams.
yeah, fuck your dreams. This is a nightmare for you.
That's the last part.
He said that last part for you.
But yeah, you broke George's heart, man. Yeah,
Uh,
you don't get that
I've
sip
been
of coffee
forced. Yeah,
right
I
now.
do. My dude, I'm a little dehydrated, and that's only making me more
You want
dehydrated.
some water?
It's good.
We got your body armor right there. To
I'm
your,
just gonna keep
look
sipping.
over there.
Oh, nice. How about
Boom.
that? All right.
So you killed George.
I'll say this. I've been in.
We're gonna talk about. The
I've
way
been
you
in
sipped that
4.
bottle after too.
What's that?
We're gonna talk about the way you just sipped that water
That was
bottle.
it.
That's the next
Just a
question.
little quick. God damn it.
All right, sorry, I've interrupted you.
I'm trying to even answer this question because I fucking love George, man. And that fucking 49ers team has, like, they were the favorites because of how fucking good they are, man.
Stacked.
And thank God I play with Patty Mahomes, man. Little,
I know,
little
bro.
OT, just
Man.
bro. I'm telling you, he was the difference late in the game, and he just put it all together, man. And it's so much fun playing with him because he can just take over a game at the end, just like that. When you know your team needs it the most, he's gonna fucking deliver,
And he's just got it. With
And-
the confidence,
dude.
with the approach, he's fucking
All the
got it.
above.
When you guys went to OT with the new OT rules, were you surprised what they did?
Dude, I was like, that was like a momentum boost to me. It was, I don't know why it was, because we still got to go out there and stop them.
Mhm.
Like I just had it in the back of my head, like, oh, we have the upper hand now because we'll know what we have to do when we get the ball.
Mhm.
Like you just feel more comfortable knowing what you got to do. Like it's 4th down territory now. It's
You guys get 4 downs to convert now instead of
you know what I mean? It's
thinking
just
about punting if you got the ball first.
exactly. So it was just like it just felt like we had the upper hand at that point, especially with 1-5.
Yeah.
Man.
I played against Jason in the Super Bowl. I played against George twice. Like that shit. It's like you go out there to win the fucking football game,
No
right?
question.
You go out there to be on the mountaintop. But it is like, yeah, man, you do feel that sort of like, you know, I want that shit for my brother. You know, I wanted it for Jason when he was playing in Minnesota against Tom Brady. Like, you want things for them. You want them to have that success, but at the same time, god damn, I gotta fucking get this dub,
Yeah,
man.
it feels too good.
You know what I mean?
It
It's
feels
just
too good.
yeah. And I wish he would have had more opportunities to make plays, though. I do wish that.
Yeah.
Like I think the Shanahan offense can get kind of tied up in. I mean, it's Christian McCaffrey, all right now.
Yeah. There you go, Bob.
Give Jamal the ball. It's,
Yeah,
that's
no
it. I
question.
mean,
Debo.
it goes through him. Yeah, Debo. You know what I mean? And they had fucking talent all over the fucking field on the offensive side, but I think that offense runs best when it's going through 8-5. Just my opinion.
Shout out to the tight ends. Tight end,
TU.
by the way, you guys are crushing that still. Have you been? Who are some young tight ends?
Dude, Laporta's a fucking stud.
So you're saying
Laporta's
yesterday,
nasty.
you.
What is it? Dalton Kincaid over there in
Are they both
Buffalo. I think Dalton couldn't make it. Yeah, Laporta's up here.
Okay,
Those Iowa guys, man.
stick together.
They're all
Something
here.
about
Yeah.
them, man.
Yeah.
They got a good culture over there in Iowa.
Yeah, they got to figure it out.
Yeah.
They don't know how to
Laporta
pass.
is a beast,
but
though.
they produce tight ends like a
Mhm.
motherfucker.
Is Iowa tight end you?
They don't know. Yeah, they don't.
I think
know
right
how
now,
to pass.
100%. I
It's
mean,
gotta
they've
be,
had, I think, like 4 or 5 first-round picks just in like the last like 5 to 10 years.
Yeah,
Like the closest thing would probably be Notre Dame, maybe right now.
right. With Kyle Rudolph.
Yeah, Notre Dame is
Who
sneaky
else?
about that too because they have offensive.
Meyer.
Yeah.
Mike Mayer.
Yeah, Michael Mayer. I'm thinking.
Yeah, they got Kyle Rudolph. That's it, man.
Kyle
That's
Rudolph.
it. Tight end you. We're interrupt this episode to bring you DraftKings. Get ready for a night full of big fights and big action. It's UFC 303, and it can be even bigger. Jump in on all the action at DraftKings Sportsbook, the official sports betting partner of UFC. It's super easy for first-timers to get started. Try betting on something simple like picking a fighter to win. Go to DraftKings Sportsbook app, select your fighter, and place your first bet. It is that simple. The light heavyweight title is on the line in the main event, but there are so many amazing matchups happening in Vegas. I know the boys out here, Jackie McPherson, myself, and JP Hovey, are going to be at that fight. Heartbroken for Chandler and McGregor not being in it. However, Pereira bringing the title, he's fighting more than anybody who's ever had it in ever. Big time. So it's gonna be awesome time. We're gonna have some big bets put on the line with DraftKings Sportsbook. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code BUS. That's code BUS, BUS, for new customers, and get $150 in bonus bets when you bet just $5. Get that big fight feel only on DraftKings. DraftKings, the crown is yours. Let's get back to this episode. Taylor, when you guys start dating in the locker room, how did the boys handle that? Were they giving you shit for it?
No,
Having some
nobody
fun
really
with
gave
it?
me shit. No,
Some secret Swifties
nobody
coming
even
out?
really. Nobody knew what was going on. Really, all over the place. I think it was. We kind of kept it between us as much as we could. But once you came to a game, obviously it was on and popping from there. So
You guys have done a decent job of keeping it private.
yeah, and it's like you want to keep things private, but at the same time, like I'm not here to like hide anything. Like that's my girl.
That's your girl.
You know what I mean? That's
It
my
is what it
lady.
is.
So it's like I'm proud of that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I'm not sitting here trying to juggle like how can I keep this under wraps?
Yeah.
You know
Or
what
how
I mean?
can
It's
play
just
it this week?
yeah,
Or-
you just don't want to let everybody into your personal life and like be able to comment on it, knowing that everything she does is getting a headline.
What's been the most surprising thing with your guys' dating life that you're like, you anticipated, but you're like, man, this is crazy that this person's here trying to figure this out or take a picture over here at my house. How did they find my address? Like, what's been the craziest thing?
That's been the craziest.
yeah.
Definitely the pulling up to the house, the just random like I don't know. It's been cool. Like it's a different demographic than the NFL, really.
Mhm.
So it's like it's been cool to like kind of like dabble in that and like see her following and everything, and it's been fun because it's a lot more like kids are way more into the game, and way like the Chiefs fans have kind of like turned into a lot of her fans, or her fans have turned into like Chiefs fans. So it's like I've had fun with just about every aspect of it. It's just when you're at home, you want privacy,
Yeah.
and you don't always get that.
Yeah, the
So-
magnitude of it. And I like, you had the argument of the Swifties watching the NFL now. Dude, I think it's been such a positive thing for the NFL.
Yeah.
Just because she has like the biggest audience in the world.
Yeah.
And she seems like such like a down to earth, but like the way it seems like you guys support each other and her going to games, and when you win the Super Bowl and she's down off to the side knowing like it's your moment. I don't know, it's like small things that happen to where you're sitting
She's
there
ve-
watching it
she's-
unfold and like, yo, she does seem like a real one.
She's very self-aware, but at the same time, it's like she's very self-aware. She understands situations like that. And I think that's why I really started to like really fall for her, was how genuine she is around just like friends, family. It can get crazy for somebody with that much like attention.
Right.
And she just keeps it so chill and so cool. And
Because
It's,
everyone's watching what
I can
move she
admire
gonna
it for
make in the
sure.
press box, like how's she gonna be around here? But she seems like she does it well, man.
There was a couple weeks there where between every single play they were showing her, and it
Yeah,
was just
yeah,
like, guys, we understand.
the first game she came to against the Bears, I was like, hey, yeah, so you coming? Okay, so I could probably set you up with everything. And she just walked right through the front door.
No
She's
shit.
just like, there's no like going down like to like getting hit, talking to security, making sure that she gets to her. She was just like, I just want to be around the family and friends and like experience this with everybody. I was just like, she got buku points for that. I was like, damn, she's just fucking, she's in the madness, man. She wants to be a part of it. She wants to support me and do things like that. I was like, man, she really won me over with that one, though.
That's awesome.
That's cool, man.
How-
It does. It seems like you're happy. How's it been going to the concerts?
Dude, the concerts are electric.
Yeah.
They're electric. And she just switched it up. She just came out with the new album. So she like kind of incorporated that into the new show. So it's just like, I don't know. She's having fun up there. So
Yeah.
it's like I can enjoy seeing her in her element, killing it on stage. And I love the show, man. She's got bangers.
We should tear
and
talk.
then we'll just get away from it.
Okay.
Because this is not about Taylor. This is
Yeah.
about the boy
Yeah.
Trav.
Yeah.
Tier Talk, you're obviously very aware of our show. You love our show so much, but just to give you a refresher, Tier Talk is a ranking system. The ranking is going to be Taylor Swift songs.
Okay.
So you're going to start at 3. You're going to paint us a little picture. You're more than welcome to give an honorable mention if you'd like. but it's this is my third favorite song. This is why. You can paint it for us, and then you hit up to your number one favorite song.
I got you.
So if you'd like to start, we want to take a couple minutes, kind of digest. We can do whatever we'd like. He's ready. I'm not.
A little tear talk. I think so I really started listening to Taylor's music when she came out with 1989. Like I knew who she was before that. Album. We were the same age. So I kind of like through high school and everything, I knew who Taylor was as she was like getting her career started. But I think 1989 was where it really started like go crazy. So I'm gonna say Blank Space because that was like the first one.
Great song.
So I'm gonna put that one at number one. Number two.
Oh, that's my number one.
Blank Space.
You're supposed to start at number 3.
Oh fuck.
But that's all right.
All right.
I'm fired up that Blank Space is your number one.
Dude.
Not coachable.
And I'll write
it's
your
a banger.
name. Nice to meet you. Sorry, yeah, that's
no.
I'm doing too much.
And then I think I'll go number 2. Cruel Summer.
Okay.
Cruel Summer is like one of the ones she opens with at her show. And I was like, when she comes out and it's just fucking electric in the stadium, and then she goes into an absolute banger like that. I really like. I was fired up when that happened. The first show I was ever at.
Okay.
What would be my third? I'll say So High School. I think So High School is it's got a little bit of a sentimental meaning, I guess.
That's you make an appearance.
I think so.
You make an appearance.
So. I think so. You know what I'm saying? You know how to ball. I know Aristotle, man.
Yeah. Taylor, you want to go?
Yeah, I'll go.
I just gotta remind myself of the titles, because there's some I do thoroughly enjoy.
I'm gonna give my fandom. It was in high school, and then I kind of broke away a little bit. But I am gonna give an honorable mention to Cruel Summer. I think it's a great song. I think it's fantastic.
Well, people don't know. I think Cruel Summer was on an album like a few years back, and it like kind of resurfaced and just like went number one.
Really?
Last summer. It was
crazy. I did not know that. But I will give an honorable mention to that song. I do enjoy that quite a bit. I'm going to take you back to 2006. Her first album. My tier 3 is going to be Our Song. Our Song is a slamming screen door, sneaking out late, tapping on the window.
Ooh, that's a
on
good
the
one.
phone,
That's a good one.
Real slow.
Okay.
That song, that's high school. There's a girl named Holly Horan. Now, Holly and I never had a relationship. She was like one of the first girls that were actually my friend. Mm-hmm. And we would drive around in her light blue Beetle as we would go to her Ben & Jerry's ice cream spot that she worked at. And she would be playing that shit all the time. So there's a level of nostalgia in that. Number 2 is going to be Love Story. That's the Romeo, Juliet, all of that. I just think it's a great. Banger. You're taking an old story, Montague's, Capulets. You're bringing it to modern day times. I think it's just a really well done song.
Forever banger.
Yeah, and my number 1 is going to go to her first single, which is Tim McGraw.
Tim McGraw,
the thing that put her on the map. I think. Yeah, dude, that's you put that thing on, and you know exactly where you were, what point in your life you were at. I'm a fan of that song. That's my tier 1.
I respect it.
I'm sorry, I'm looking. I just texted my wife. There it is. All right, my mine are based around a couple of mine are based around Rue. Rue enjoys the new album. She's 2 years old.
Nice.
Her favorite song is Karma. So we'll get in the car. There's about 4 songs.
Nice.
It's Frozen, Moana, Karma, and I got her on We Will Rock You.
Does she know who Karma is?
That's part of the song, Will.
I know.
It's part of the song. And you want to put it on. You want to put it in the car all the time.
I literally said this is based around Rue. I said it's based around Rue.
Got you. So
I don't know if Rue does. I don't know if Rue knows who Karma's about. My tier 2.
We're just gonna walk past that. All right.
That was
shout out to Rue.
Karma is Gyllenhaal, right?
What happened?
Was it?
God damn, boy! This thing is right here.
Hey, I'm
coming straight home to me. But wasn't it Guy on the Screen?
It was.
It's changed.
I know it's changed. Like I know it's about the boy now, right?
No,
it's not about the boy.
It's just that.
Onward.
Nah.
Yeah, that I remember that one moment. Like I remember when that clip dropped and she said that everybody's going nuts. Trav's kind of the camera pans over to Trav. He kind of grinning in the backstage.
I was like, oh shit.
yeah. My tier 2, I would sing this song to Rue before bed when she was just a wee little pup. Sweet Nothing. Sweet nothing. Dun, 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 dun. Great song to sing to Rue. Great
Nice.
song to sing to your toddler before bed.
Love it.
My tier 1 is Blank Space. Like Blank Space, just get your boy
Dude.
going.
Fire me up.
Nice to meet you. Where you been? I can show you incredible things.
Oh, you know those lyrics.
Yeah, that's like sunny day, windows down. But yeah, that's my tier talk.
I love it.
You guys got some good ones.
Yeah. So we can get off Taylor Swift.
Let's move on
We
from
can
Taylor
get
Swift.
off-
Shout
we
out
can
to
get off
Tay.
Taylor Swift. Yeah, shout out to Tay. Love to have you on the bus. Oh, we interrupt this episode to bring you NASCAR. NASCAR Salutes concludes this weekend at Nashville. The entire racing community rallies around NASCAR Salutes to show appreciation and gratitude toward veterans and the active, brave men and women who fight to protect our country. NASCAR will be hosting troops from Fort Campbell at the race. Tune in on June 30th at 3:30 p.m. Eastern on NBC. Don't miss NASCAR in Music City. Tune in on Sunday, June 30th at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time on NBC to watch the stars of NASCAR at Nashville Super Speedway. Back to the episode. Garage beer.
Yeah, dude.
Yo, talk about garage beer.
Yeah, it's I mean, me and Jason always. I mean, we're beer drinkers. You guys,
Yeah.
it's no.
5 for your right to party.
All right, now fire up, boys. I think we've always wanted to like kind of be in conjunction on like investments and like kind of like put our name on a lot of different things, and beer's one of the first ones that we get to kind of jump into that world in, and it's just garage beer. It's not gonna be an overpowering like tasting beer. It's like just a good fucking beer.
Yes.
It's not you're not gonna taste it and be like, oh, that's like, you're not gonna get anybody to say like, oh, that's ass, or that's fucking amazing. Like, it's just like,
Tastes
yeah,
like piss.
it's a
It's
good
garage
beer.
beer.
You know what I mean? It's a good
Yes.
fucking beer. And I think that, that has the lime aspect. We have the lime garage beer lime, and then we have the garage beer like regular light beer.
Mm-hmm.
And when we saw the branding, we had a few at the house out there in Philly, and we were just like, man, you know what? Let's fucking do this. And I think
And you guys reach out to them?
they're an Ohio company. I've actually had a few investments with the guys that tied us in. So it was like, it's familiar faces, and we know that they know what they're doing in that world. So it's kind of like everything just made sense. And why not get into a beer? You know what I mean?
Garage beer, baby.
Get some free beer since
Oh,
of the
right.
house.
Yeah, no question. And a light beer too. The fact that you're sitting and saying, hey, it's not going to be, oh, you taste this flavor, blah, blah, blah. That to me is the best move you can do with a beer, because I think everybody tries to get in the IPAs, the hops, the flavors of this or that. At the end of the day, I personally want, if I had a beer, people to say, the argument of, hey, this is a great beer, or somebody like, no, that's piss water. You don't want that one. Because at the end of the day, you can drink that beer
That's
all day long. On a hot
Exactly.
day, a cold day, and it's
you
not
can
going to
have
change it
more
too
than
much.
just a few. You can have more than just a handful, and you're not going to
Yes.
get sick of it.
Right. Because if you have that IPA, which I'm not an IPA guy, but
Me
you have
neither.
one, you're like, I'm full.
I'm done.
That's it. With a nice, regular tasting beer,
Mm-hmm.
you're going to drink that thing all day and enjoy
Just
it.
ice cold.
Nice. Exactly what you want. What was before garage beer? What was your beer of choice before?
I mean, I was with
Cincinnati.
Bud Light for years. I would say at the Natty though, Keystone Natural Light, good Natty.
You ever dabble in that hams?
No, I don't think I've ever even seen hams.
Man, hams
Yeah,
beer, the
Taylor
land of
just-
sky blue waters. We would go and we
What
get
the fuck? This is a real thing.
This is
it's a real beer. Yeah,
Taylor
pull
loves
up
it.
Ham's Light. Their mascot is a bear. And it is. We would go in Ann Arbor, Michigan. We would go to the corner spot and we would get Ham's Light, $12.95 for a 30 rack. Go across the street, go to Bell's Pizza for the boys, grab yourself a slice, put that out on a spring afternoon, let that warm up to a lukewarm
Look at
temperature.
that.
You're slinging those things all day
I
long.
mean, it's a lake beer, man. Yeah,
And it's a good
just
beer.
enjoy, you want to be right there. when
That
you
that
drink
was
it.
the college beer of choice for sure.
That's good shit.
They had a nice little jingle too, some nice little commercials back in the day. That was mine. What was
If
yours?
we wanted to get fancy, we'd go like Yingling or something.
That's like a dessert beer, isn't it?
Yeah,
But that's also
and
a
they
beer you
didn't
have
they
like
didn't
3 or
ser-
4
they
and
didn't
you're
sell
done.
it in Ohio. Yeah,
didn't?
they didn't sell it in Ohio though. So you had to go over to Kentucky to get it. That was kind of like the nostalgia of like, oh, we're about to get fancy. We're going over the border, get some
Yeah.
Put your
beers,
good
bring it
pants on,
back.
boys.
Yeah.
Yes. Being an Ohio boy, Did you want to go to Ohio State?
Hell yeah. Fuck yeah.
How do you feel?
I still went out there and like partied and shit and had a blast up there in Columbus, man. I I would say everybody has that like love for Ohio and Ohio State and everything. It kind of fuels into that like that home like sports like the just like I think Ohio in general just like has like whenever I see somebody from Cincinnati or Columbus or Toledo or Dayton, it's just like, oh shit, you're like my fucking extended family. You know what I mean? We just have that like
cool.
camaraderie of like, man, I fucking love telling everybody I'm from Ohio and I've been around the state, and I don't know, I just felt like it's always been that. So
collar sports state, bro.
there you go, baby. And it's in Big Ten country. You know, boys?
Big Ten country, you gotta love it.
You gotta love it, man.
Yeah. Best
So
conference.
we grew up huge Ohio State fans. I was right in the middle. Like I loved Michigan growing up. I loved Ohio State growing up. I thought when I was coming out, I actually had a recruiting visit with Chad Henne, and it was so funny trying to relive that with Chad when he came to the KC. I'm like, dude, I was actually in like the meeting room, and I think it was more of like my coach knew their coach.
Yeah.
Like my head coach in high school knew their like quarterback coach, and like, yeah, why don't you let the kid go in there and see what it's like? And
No
they didn't.
doubt.
There was never even a fucking thought of me getting an offer.
Yeah.
But it was kind of just like, yeah, man, you go in there and have some
Go
fun.
in there, have some fun,
And then
kid.
him and Ryan Mallett are like out in spring ball, just slinging it around, and I'm like playing catch with them, and I'm just like having like this
The time
like
of your
dream
life.
moment.
Yeah.
And I brought that up to Chad, and he's like, they did that every week, bro.
No, bro. How do you grow up in Ohio and say you loved Michigan as well? Because it's such a you draw a line in the sand with those two states.
I don't know, man. I think huge Woodson fan growing up, you know,
He was the best.
Ohio guy. I loved just the Big Ten in general though, man. I thought it was it was like the coolest shit ever if you were ever like playing in a Big Ten sports and all that shit. So I was all in on it, man.
Did you ever get offered by a Big Ten school? Illinois?
Yeah,
Western?
there were a few. Damn, I can't even remember. I feel like no, I didn't. Like in my head, I'm like, no, it was all like Big 12 and
Like, should I lie here?
yeah.
Should I lie here
No.
when they could easily just
Just
pick me
say-
apart?
Yeah.
It's an easy Google to find out.
Easy, really.
If you would have gotten offered by like a Purdue, that's Big Ten football.
My uncle actually went to Purdue.
Really?
Yeah.
So you would have gone there over Cincinnati?
I don't think so. I think there really wasn't much of a recruiting process for me.
Mhm.
Once I got the offer from Cincinnati, my brother was already there. You know, I was kind of like, I missed being around that dude. It was just like I wanted to make sure I went somewhere that I had that family like feel to it. And I gave my parents one place to go to see both of us, and it was just like it just made so much sense. I initially signed in hopes that I could do some basketball stuff after the football season.
Mm-hmm.
I was able to play quarterback. That was a huge thing for me. I wanted to give quarterback a run, and it was just it all just made sense. And the Bearcats had just like figured out how to like be really good at football.
Yeah.
So we were going to the Orange Bowl, going to the Sugar Bowl, winning the Big East, which was a power conference in there. So you at least had a chance in playing for the national championship if you won, or you going to a big bowl game. So
How about the Sugar Bowl, dude?
dude,
The after party? I mean,
Dude.
Bourbon Street, all the boys. It
I
is.
was
That's the
shit-faced
most fun
the
I've
whole
had.
time. The before, the during, and the after.
God, the during.
He said the before,
Yeah, exactly.
the during,
Dude,
slipping in the game.
That was such a shit show because Brian Kelly had just left. Like we were down there with kind of like I want to say makeshift coaching staff, but yeah, like Kelly had went to Notre Dame. He took a lot of the
That's
coaches
right.
with him. So we had like guys that were from Cincinnati's dads. Like the guys on the team that were from Cincinnati were like, hey, yeah, we could use some help organizing this stuff. Yeah, you want to come and like help
No
out special
shit.
teams and like
no shit.
so we had just like dads and like just like random like old players
Mhm.
coming in with like headsets trying to help us beat Tim Tebow and the Florida Gators. Dude. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, why wasn't that team fucking playing the national championship?
You mentioned going to Cincinnati, giving your parents a place to go watch you and your brother.
Fuck yeah.
How involved were your parents in your sports life growing up? Were they
Dude,
just-
my dad was my coach and everything. He might not have been the guy that was up there, out there on the field, or, but after every single game, he would talk to me about just how to handle certain stuff, or, when I'm in the backyard, he's yelling at me to raise the hoop back up to 10. He's like doing like
Yeah.
little stuff like if you're gonna do it the right way.
Yeah.
We're not doing any of this fucking bullshit.
8-foot rim bullshit so
Yeah.
you can
Not
try
playing
and
grab
dunk.
ass.
No, exactly. So
That's
it was.
awesome.
He was always a coach, and my dad doesn't love hearing this, but he knows, like, I get a lot of my athleticism from my mom's side. Her side of the family is like all college football players. She was an unbelievable athlete, track star when she was growing up. So it was like I knew, like, competitive wise, like, I knew where I got like a lot of my athleticism from. And then my dad was just like, he was like the wizard. He was like the one that was kind of like helping control the mind and my competitiveness in that regard, for sure.
That's a good little deal.
Yeah.
That's got to hurt your dad to hear that, though.
I mean, don't get me wrong. My dad was a hell of a baseball player, and he played a little bit of football. But I feel like back in the day, if you weren't like the top dude on like a lot of because he went to a really big school up in Cleveland that was like known for football, and at that time they were definitely known for football.
Yeah.
St. Joe's, and it was just like you had to be just a big, just badass. Like, I don't know, like he was 6'1", 6'1", and it's like if you're not like a bruiser or like a heavy dude playing D-line, it's like, yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm probably not giving my dad enough credit.
It's going to hurt him to hear this, but the
Yeah.
truth hurts sometimes. You
Well.
got to hear the truth.
Yeah, I got
got
all my,
I got
all
him a
my
few
genes
Super Bowl
from
rings.
My mom's side,
Did you?
outside of the GPS and like kind of getting lost at times.
That's definitely.
I would say my
that's
dad-
definitely
my
but
dad was-
talent like Jeanette, like physical wise, like definitely my mom.
Really.
Yeah, oh yeah.
But I've seen pictures of Bill. He had that build.
Yeah,
back
but
in the day.
that's just no disrespect to the weightlifting community, but yeah, it's like amateur bodybuilder, working hard, like the discipline and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, he had. But my mom played like D1 AA college volleyball. She was good at track in high school. Like for sure, got all of it.
Damn. I did not know
Yeah.
that.
I got, you know what I got from my dad that I'm just now realizing is like that toughness mentality. He was a Cleveland steel mill worker. Like that, like you didn't fuck with Ed Kelce growing up. Like you knew that around the city, it was just like, it's not like he'll like beat your ass, but it's just like he's about business.
Yeah.
He's
got
not
the
here to fuck
respect.
around. Yeah. So it's like I got that mentality of like when it's time to flip the switch, you flip the switch.
You said his name's Ed.
Big Ed.
Don't fuck with Ed around the city. Don't fuck with Jason in high
Yeah.
school.
You had it all, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I'm
It's
just
full security.
yeah.
Yeah, ripping around.
fucking-
Should we hit Twisted Question?
We should do it. Mitch Carsley.
This is our Twisted Question presented by Twisted Tea.
Nice.
Twisted Tea is a refreshing hard iced tea made with real brewed tea and 5% alcohol, full of flavor and very refreshing. It goes down smooth because there is zero carbonation, which makes it easy to drink all day long. It feels the fun and celebrates extreme fandom on game day and is the perfect alcohol beverage for game day because Twisted Tea is there to turn it up. Keep it twisted with the boys. Grab a refreshing Twisted Tea today. Mitch Carsley, Chiefs fan.
Huge Chiefs
Let's
fan.
have a good
Huge
good
Trav fan.
question today.
You actually wished me a happy birthday last year. It was the highlight of my year last year. So I love it. So this comes from Fernando on Instagram _FACP_. Would you rather have the ability to speak any language fluently or the ability to speak to animals?
Any language?
All languages, like be able to speak every language fluently or be able to speak to animals?
That's not bad.
I mean, I'm taking every language fluently for sure.
I think I'm going animals.
I think animals is the wrong choice here.
It might be. I think it is. But the little kid inside me that we just watched Planet of the
Dr.
Apes the
Dolittle.
other day.
Dude, yeah.
Dr. Doolittle,
You think-
Lion
you
King. Like
think-
if you could sit there.
You think animals are having like an educated conversation? Like
They might. in
they're
this
like
situation.
their shit's connecting up there that they're like, hey, what's up, dude?
if I can communicate
think
with
they're-
them, I'm sure something. You know what I mean? Just imagine if you could be like Dr. Doolittle and talk to animals.
Yeah, but imagine if you got the power and then you're like, talk to a bear and the bear's like, eat food. God damn. That's what I signed up for.
I'd hit
Me
you
and
guys,
Trav are traveling the world, like
I'd
just
hit you
talking to
guys in
whoever
the
we
group
want,
chat
whenever we want.
and be like, hey, I think I fucked up.
Yeah. Here's
I still can't get Waffle to go on a walk.
the fluentness of having every single language is awesome. But I think if you go with animals, once people find out that you can talk to every single animal, now the CIA, the FBI, they've snatched you up. They brought you into a dark room. They're studying you. Your life is now changed forever.
Can I just have fun and talk?
You can
to
have fun. I'm
animals?
telling you about my situation. We can live different lives. But I think the minute someone sees me cracking it up with a squirrel in a park, we're going to have problems.
They're gonna think I'm
Someone's going to
delusional.
call. Yeah, they're going to
Look
say
at
that.
This guy just talking to a squirrel.
Talking to a squirrel right now. Now you're in a mental institution. You see that? There was two sides there. Fluent in
Talking
every
to
single
fleas.
language.
Yeah, man, I talk to animals.
Time to a tree.
Yeah.
I just think I'm going every language.
Yeah, I think that's a great move. I think it is the right move, but I think I'm going to enjoy myself, like having conversations with
Some
animals.
dumbass conversations with animals.
Dumb conversations.
Yeah.
Give me the
You might find
animals.
like one smart pig out there that you have to just hang out with.
Yeah. I was telling Trav before we got on a little bit about shout out, no free shout out. Shouting out the simple things in life. Could be big,
Yeah.
could be small.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe we'll start around the room and then we'll get to the shout out, no free shout out, and we'll get you out of here, brother.
Yeah.
The show.
Mitch, yeah, I know you got a shout out, no free shout out.
Let me find it. Okay, this kind of has to do with being at Bonnaroo this past weekend. I think I
Yeah,
actually
they're
already
shirtless.
I already did this one.
Say it again.
Just watching people play live music, just
That's amazing. Real quick before you finish though, shout out no free shout out is presented by Duke Cannon. It's the off season. That means it's time to elevate your game by working harder and smelling better with your friends from Duke Cannon. Throw away your old body wash and deodorant because you smell like a JV locker room. Upgrade to Duke Cannon for a varsity level grooming routine. Duke Cannon scents are elite and their products are made for hard working dudes.
Dude.
As always, the boys got a special
Gotta
code
be so much fun, man.
for the tier ones.
That's awesome.
Code tier 1 on DukeCannon.com for 15% off your first order. Duke Cannon, work harder, smell better. All right, Mitch, what were you gonna say?
All right, so you gave me time to think, but like I went to a couple like EDM shows over the weekend, and just kind of seeing everybody in unison, like dancing in their own world, like whether they're like wrist flicking or like just bobbing their head. It's kind of like cool, like everybody's enjoying the same thing at the same moment, but in their own way.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of like you just look around, like, oh, everybody's kind of just rocking to it, and it's just kind of a cool little like, oh, this is dope. We're all in this together.
Shout out drugs, dude. That's awesome.
Who's the best EDM you saw?
Knock 2.
Nice.
Knock 2 was sick.
That is that nice was.
I
was-
thought I was
hoping
in
you'd
the.
just
I thought
say-
I was in the house world, man. I'm gonna have to
No, I mean, he's somebody
catch
I've
up
never
on
heard
that.
of before. He
Nah, I
just
have to catch up on that one.
was
I was
going
going,
insanely
dude.
That's what
hard.
we
man.
have.
Right on,
Oh,
right
that's a good
It'd be
one.
fun to
That's
listen
nice.
to. Sweet.
Who's your guy? Who do you
Fisher, big Dom Dollar fan.
do you like Fred again?
Dude,
Did you watch his,
legit.
Did you watch him on Sunday?
No, I didn't. I missed it. I should have went. I was blacked out. That's what Troubadour does to you.
What
I
you
have
got,
not been
Jack?
to Troubadour yet. I heard
Dude.
it's nasty.
got
My
to.
shout out, we're all a bunch of like big dudes. We run hot, and my shout out goes to, especially in the summer, when you get into your car and the AC doesn't take a long time to get going. So like when it's like 90 out and you get the first 5 minutes, your ass is sweating, your back sticking to the chair. It's horrible. Yesterday when we were leaving Titan U, it's pretty overcast. It was like a smooth 80. We got in Sherm's car, and like in a minute, that AC was pumping. And that to me is a special moment. You don't have to worry about your
It's a good
ass
one.
sweating,
Yes,
the back
sir.
sweating. So shout out to when the AC is just working like it should.
That's a good shout out, Jack.
That is good.
Sherm.
What up, boys?
Hattie.
Hey, shout out, no free shout out, Star Wars The Acolyte. New Star Wars show. It's really divisive. It's getting a ton of shit on the internet. I like it. And the most recent episode, episode 4, has a huge cliffhanger. It's like super dark and moody. It's cool.
All right.
Nice shout out.
The love.
G.
I'm going to keep it in that realm. I just watched Inside Out 1 last night for the first time. So my shout out, no free shout out, goes to those animated movies that just hit you deep.
God bless, dude.
I stayed up late. I was thinking, like, there's some lessons to learn in that movie. So I'm going to go see 2 on Sunday, and I'll report back next
I'm
week.
terrified to see 2. That's a great shout
JP
out.
saw it and said all he said was, like, I can't wait for you to see it.
Yeah.
I was like, all right. So shout out Inside Out.
Man.
Trav.
Man.
You want to
Shout out,
get
free
your
shout out.
Yeah, get your shout out, man.
Yeah, let's go, me. Let's hear it.
You know I love Costco, but I'm not getting
This dude, man.
That's a good. That
so
could be a
fucking
good shout out.
funny. Just bulk ordering.
Shout out, no free shout out to all the plumbers out there.
Okay.
Right, all the plumbers out there that just work really hard cleaning those pipes. That's just some shit that I just do not want to deal with being a homeowner. So, all the plumbers, shout out to you.
And shout out being a homeowner, dude. That's solid.
Understood the lesson. Let's go. Or the assignment. Fuck.
Fucking damn it.
Yeah. Don't be hard on myself.
I don't get it.
You're doing good.
Yeah.
If you want to go last, you can.
Yeah, you guys got it.
Go ahead. Because I don't know either.
All right. Shout out, no free shout out to putting your boys on game. On a little trick, Will and I on Father's Day, we went to go see the new Planet of the Apes movie.
Ooh.
Incredible.
And popcorn's always a necessity when you go to the movies. But I've been doing something for a while. Back when I used to chew, is I would get one of those water cups and you'd spit into it.
Mm-hmm.
But then the movie theaters come out with those little seasonings, the cheddar, the ranch, kind of spicing up your popcorn. And everyone who knows me knows I'm a big seasoning, big sauce guy.
Mm-hmm.
So I have established that when you put the seasoning on there, it doesn't, you get it for a little bit and then it kind of goes away and then you're out of seasoning. Now your popcorn is just regular popcorn. You miss the exotic popcorn.
Mm-hmm.
So what I do is I scoop in the water cup popcorn and then I season to my liking and eat it from there. We sat there. I told Will about this thing. We're watching previews. Will does it a couple times and he gives me the lean over and he goes, "Hey, this is a good idea. I kind of like this."
Fucking with
And
this.
that moment you put your boy on something and then he like just recognizes that it was a good deal. It just makes you feel warm and fuzzy inside. So shout out, no free shout out to putting boys on game.
That's a good one.
Thanks, man.
I still don't know mine. Do you have one?
God
No.
bless.
Dude, I shout out, free shout out. No,
Oh.
what is it?
Shout out, no free shout out.
Shout out, no free shout out. The local breweries, coffee. This thing was fucking delicious.
The local
Ethan
coffee
Rose.
shops. Let's go. Shout out to
but
Ethan
both
Rose.
both if you're brewing coffee, if you're brewing beer, shout out to the locals, man, trying to make it big.
Nice. Nice.
That's a good one. That's a solid one.
Still don't know what mine is.
Just pull something out of your ass, brother.
You know what I've enjoyed is coming across, I don't know the brand name, but fortunately it is no free shout outs. But when we were down in Destin, I really didn't want to risk wearing my my cotton shirts to the beach just because of all the sweat. And there are these moisture wicking. I had to find the material, but they got like the SPF on them. Some of the new age stuff that's going on.
Mm-hmm.
But coming across those and wearing those shirts, and like, again, he was talking about sweating your ass off, like the low back sweat and everything else. Like when you're sitting at the beach, obviously I'm not wearing a shirt the whole time, but by the time you get there, you're sweating because you got the long walk on those, on the, what is it? The little piers.
Yeah.
To get out to the beach. Yeah. The boardwalk. And so coming across those shirts kind of changed my whole perspective on shit, really.
Shout out new technology and shirts.
Yeah. There we go. Shout out, no free shout out to new technology and shirts.
I love it, Bob. What do we think?
Fun pod.
Great pod. We
Dude.
appreciate you coming, dude. It has been.
I had
man.
to.
We've been moving around quite a bit.
I had to, and I'm gonna be moving around even more, man. But glad I got to come
Is your
jump on the
schedule
fucking
just
bus,
packed up
boys.
for the next month?
Yeah, I'm locked in, doing some stuff with Hollywood, and I'll be overseas a little bit, having some fun, and from there it's on a pop with football, baby.
Hang on. Doing some stuff with Hollywood.
Yeah, I'm jumping in the TV world, man.
Yeah,
Let's
what
Got
you
a
got
show.
cooking?
Got a show coming out on FX called Grotesquerie. It's like a kind of mystery horror. And I'm just gonna dive into the acting world a little bit, man.
No shit.
That is awesome.
Yeah, it's gonna be some fun stuff, man. So I'm excited about that. I did a game show called Are You Smarter Than a Celebrity? It's a playoff. Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader?
Mhm.
Basically asking a whole bunch of celebrities and just whoever the contestant is about questions from like ranging from first to fifth grade and shit. So
And you're the host?
yeah, I'm hosting it. So I'm excited about those two things, but
That's awesome.
got a little bit more work to do.
What was did Netflix approach you about Receiver?
After Pat did it, I did get asked about it. I don't know. I'd rather just play ball, man.
Yeah.
I'm already doing enough with the podcast and everything. Yeah. I'm way over the reality shit, dude.
yeah, like fuck.
I'm out on that shit.
Privacy when you can get it.
Yeah. I thought it was cool the way my brother did his doc though. Like kind of like a a follow towards the end of somebody's career, or kind of the ups and downs and the battles that he had. And I think he did it the right way, but it's something that was so him, and I just don't know if I have the desire to do anything like that. So
Yeah.
I'd rather just focus on ball, baby.
Hey, good luck out there, bro.
Yeah, man.
Stay healthy this year,
need it.
man.
I don't know if I believe that, but I appreciate it.
Hey, you know I'm rooting for the boy, but I do enjoy trolling Chiefs Kingdom and
I
having some
respect
fun
it,
with
man.
it.
They go.
Somebody's got to do it, man.
They go
I
off on
respect
you.
They win everything. And
Yeah.
they do go off on me.
It would be cool to see him three-peat.
Yeah, maybe. I might have to jump on the bandwagon.
Shit,
A lot of
man.
Chiefs fans, a lot of Chiefs fans, a lot of Husker fans that are
Ooh.
both.
There
All right,
is-
boys,
there's
big
that
hugs, tiny
world.
kisses. Please subscribe, rate 5 stars. We will see you next week.
Subscribe.
You will not see me next week, though. I'll be out of town.
Hey, how about that Pfizer commercial?